coaching decision, man.
And then Dan Campbell,
made some mistakes.
Detroited that thing away. I mean, it's just.
It wasn't its players, guys. I'm gonna tell you.
No, if I was a Detroit player, I mean, I think Dan Campbell has done a fantastic job with that team.
Yes.
But I would be so upset with him. It's like, Coach, we're up big, kick field goals.
Did you not see the kicker? The kicker said, "What are we doing?"
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
it's like that wasn't.
He knew he had hit that.
You know, and I know, and the announcer stuck up for him. Well, Dan Campbell, this is what he does. I mean, like, yeah, but not in that.
Stay 3 scores up.
It's situational, man. It's situational.
So what'd you order for breakfast?
Oh,
I had bacon, egg, and cheese.
There you go, Tom.
And hash brown.
I got me a sausage biscuit. Terry, what'd you order?
I got a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle and 2 hash browns.
I did get a strawberry banana smoothie.
Now you can talk, Tom.
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
Bacon,
okay.
egg, and cheese McMuffin and an apple pie, which I can't eat right now because I'm waiting for a commercial break.
Commercial break.
I will say one thing, though, Tom. I saw that some funky looking lamp you had last week, too.
That's that lamp.
I bet you've already got that sitting beside your bed.
We did musical lamps. I brought the lamp home, and Jackie really liked it. So we found a lamp that didn't make the cut, and it went to the dump, and we replaced it with Brutus. Brutus has found a home.
Brutus.
And we got rid of one of those.
I replaced it with Brutus.
I said, okay. I didn't know you had a speech impediment. But yes, Brutus.
It's always a joy listening to y'all talk.
I mean, it was so nice last week, wasn't it? It was so nice.
Good
I
morning,
bet when Terry's coworkers when he's got a sub, they're like,
I don't
"Thank
have
God.
a sub.
Thank God."
Ask him. Ask Colson. Colson said that boy's never out.
That's because your wife doesn't want you at home. She kicks you out.
Kevin, did you have a question for me?
Drops him off.
No,
He drives you off in the kids' line.
And plus, Kevin, if you never did anything at your job, would you ever miss? You might as well go to work. You don't do anything, just go on in. I mean, if I took a day off work, it would be like, okay, I could take a little breath today. But when Terry doesn't do anything at work, so why stay home when you get paid to go do nothing?
Terry, I disagree with him. You must do a lot of work.
Ooh.
You don't get named the employee of the year if you don't do nothing at work, right, Terry?
I'm telling you, Tom. What more can I say?
They felt sorry for
you. Know what it was, Tom? They saw you win Teacher of the Year, and they said, boy, we better give
That's
this
what
guy
it is.
something.
Well, they were like, the bar's lower than we thought.
Yeah.
Give it anybody now.
That's what it is.
Anybody can win.
Sign Reinhardt up.
Is that a participation trophy?
That's what it is. Yeah.
But
They're going to have to fire Holy
Terry's
Colson. As soon as he comes over from Burns, they're giving out awards to Terry Zach. I think it's not good.
And that's Mr. Beam right here on our left, the VP, and then Bobby Alton right there in front. But I was surprised to get it this year. I really was.
Well,
but,
Terry, in all seriousness,
how about that North Carolina
Terry.
State stuff
I
over
see
there?
that.
There you go.
Congratulations. It is a little odd that Terry doesn't have Dallas stuff all over his refrigerator. He's got state. Why is
It doesn't match the school colors.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
There you go.
Okay, that's what it is.
School colors.
I figured it was.
I hope that's not it. Well, Chip, what you and JP eating on in there this morning?
I'm rocking my old reliable sausage and egg biscuit with my apple pie and my OJ.
I'm rocking 2 sausage burritos, a strawberry cream pie, and a chocolate milk.
All right. Well, all that sounds good. Brought to us by McDonald's of Cherryville. And
You're Chip Carter right now, by the way.
Once again, want to thank them, as always, for our breakfast here this morning. Fill us up. Stop by your local McDonald's breakfast, lunch, and dinner and get filled up. All right, before we go to break, I got a fun little video here for you. Zach, let's see. Go ahead. Now, Zach, do you recognize who that is?
I do.
All right, you want Terry, do you recognize who that is?
No, not really.
The big man?
From
He's a Mandy's high school.
Yep.
Okay.
Braun
Is he
Strowman.
still doing that?
Strowman.
Is he still doing that?
He shows up
wrestling?
every now and
Yeah.
then, but not.
This is not
he's
a wrestling
full-time.
event.
No, it is not.
This is.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
I have.
This is an arm wrestling
That's
event.
That's one of the world champion arm wrestlers right there on the right.
So Strowman comes in. I forgot about the music. But Strowman comes in. Zach, I'll give you the play-by-play. I'll let you do play-by-play on this of Strowman, and I don't have the other guys.
I don't know
right
either.
now. I'll get it in a minute.
We got the world champion arm wrestler, and Strowman's coming in from wrestling, and he's showing off a little bit.
Exactly. But the other guy wants to like shake his hand, smiling, and Strowman shoves him, and the other
like,
guy
"That's not how
read
you
his
do
lips,
this,
says
man."
WTF, and then Strowman's screaming and all this other stuff, and it's time to arm wrestle time.
Yep, and then you can see how
And Roddy
he
Piper's
knows
over here
exact-
just
he
grinning.
looks like Piper, don't he? He's just like smiling at Strowman. That's that talking about technique. You remember the old movie
Look,
back in the '80s with Sylvester Stallone,
Back it
Over
up
the
for
Top.
just a second.
Knowing what you're doing. It's a little bit better than having
Like
more strength
laughing at-
sometimes.
he's
Oh
like
yeah,
literally laughing at it.
Strowman is a
He laughed the
big,
whole
big
time
dude.
at it.
Wow.
Tom, I'll show you a little trick here. It's you got to use technique and
Yeah.
and everything. I try. It's hard trying to explain that to your kids and golf and basketball and baseball and every little thing. And you'll see whose hands are closer to their actual chest and bicep is the world champion.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
got his arm. He's got everything tucked ready to go. That's why he's laughing. Strowman's got his elbow. His elbow's in a weak spot right there. Is it not, Terry?
Yeah.
Once your elbow comes
Yeah.
out, it's compromised and
he said,
and-
"That's why I am
That's
a
what
champion."
He did. He put Strowman down right there. So
I mean, it's just, but what's that guy's problem, man? It's just, I mean, it's just so stupid. We're going to.
he probably made more money off his TikTok screaming,
Correct.
than he
you
did.
know,
than
Kevin,
he did showing
you
up.
nailed it. It's just like, how many likes or views
Yeah,
can I
TikTok,
get? And it's just, it's ridiculous.
All right, we come back. We got sports to talk about actually today.
Arm wrestling
That
a
is,
sport.
it is a sport.
Yeah, I know it is. I mean, I can show you some other sports that they put on TV. We
Yeah,
did that
pillow
one time.
fighting.
They-
Yeah.
we can do the slap fights if you want. Teddy wants to see pillow fight.
Yeah, yeah. 3 minute, 1 minute rounds. Yeah.
All right, Chip and JP in the studios. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Talk actual sports. We got NBA, NFL, Terry's thoughts on Major League Baseball Hall of Fame and more coming up. KDCBroadcasting.com.
I'm Calvin Hastings, and we hope you will join myself, Dennis Davis, and Jeffrey Owens this Saturday, February 3rd at the Gaston County School Showcase and Parent Fair. It's happening from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Stuart W. Kramer High School. We will be broadcasting live on Carolina Country WCSL at the showcase starting at 10 a.m. We'll have prize giveaways. An extra large Marge of Pink Cadillac will be there too. The showcase is an opportunity for parents to find out what the schools in Gaston County have to offer. Parents can learn about magnet schools and academy programs, talk with school representatives, attend information sessions, and enjoy student performances. The event is free, so be sure to stop by anytime from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. For more information about the showcase and a complete schedule of activities, it's available on the Gaston County Schools website. Discover a bright future for your child at the Gaston County School Showcase and Parent Fair. We'll see you there this Saturday for a live broadcast from Stuart W. Kramer High School, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Y'all come. It'll be fun. Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain can help you tolerate these cold winter months. They have all your insulation needs for your doors and windows, also faucet covers, along with kerosene and electric heaters. Check out their full line of Husqvarna power tools, gas and battery powered, trimmers, blowers, and yes, chainsaws, and they carry chainsaw blades. See Howard or Kyle and leave with a warm smile at Hometown Hardware, 110 South Railroad Avenue, Kings Mountain.
Well, folks, it's 2024, and you know what that means. Tax time. Tax time is just around the corner, and ProMotion Motor Company has over 100 quality pre-owned vehicles ready to choose from, starting at $699 down. ProMotion Motor Company has on-lot financing, buy here, pay here, and over 17 banks to choose from for all types of credit. ProMotion has grown to be one of the largest independent automobile dealers in Lincoln County. So come on down and visit us at 2527 East Main Street, Lincolnton. Visit us online at www.promotionmotors.com or call 704-735-0303.
Country Gold with Terry Clark.
Hi, I'm Terry Clark, inviting you to join me for Country Gold. Each week, we play your favorites from the 80s and 90s and check in with the stars who made them. Don't miss out on the fun.
Join Terry Clark every Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com. If you missed the North Carolina RV Dealers Association show, you missed out on some really great deals from Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. But wait, here's the good news. The sale is being held over at the lot in Kings Mountain. You can still get show deals at Campers Inn. There's manufacturer rebates too. You save thousands of dollars. Plus financing is available. That's Campers Inn, 615 Broadview Drive off Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Online at campersinn.com.
There she is.
Cody? So you didn't get what I told you to?
Dad, I did my research.
Let's see what he can do. Not bad.
What do you think?
Not bad. Not bad.
So?
He likes it.
I knew he would.
Your Coyote dealer is Western Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 West intersection in Vail.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Out with Kevin and the gang.
Thank you, JP, for that short introduction.
Oh, you're welcome.
You never know what you're going to get
I
from
know.
JP.
You don't.
One time
you
it's a
know
long,
fact.
drawn out.
Never shuts up, and then next time,
Then they're going to talk something about sports.
welcome back. I'm swallowing my food and watching Pokemon. Is that did I nail it, JP?
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Turn you can turn Chip's mic on there.
No,
If you want.
keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Welcome back to Saturday morning Shock Jocks, brought to you by local McDonald's, ktcbroadcasting.com. This morning we are live on Facebook, not on YouTube this morning. Switching over, trying that out. We're going to try a couple different streaming services here in the next couple weeks. Just follow the links online. We'll have them up and ready. You go to ktcbroadcasting.com. Just click on the big artwork. It'll take you straight to where our broadcast is anyway. So far, let's see if this might not be the. Yeah, this should be the one. No, that's not the one. We're going the other way. Anyway, I gotta find that. I thought it was the last game. It was the last game. I just missed. Anyway, Terry, update. My youth basketball team is now 4-1 in first place over at Shelby City Parks. Raptors.
The one you lost was rigged.
It was.
I heard.
It was.
It was rigged.
Lost by 1 point, Terry. We missed 48 shots in the game.
Darn. What's the final score? 6-5?
18-17.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit more than I thought, then.
We averaged about 35, and we had a bad shooting night.
That happens. It's about like Boston against the Lakers the other night.
We pulled up, Terry, 48 shots. In fact, we missed 22 more shots than the other teams took. We won the rebounding battle, 40-21. We won the turnover battle, 17-7. Still got beat.
You still have to put it in the hole.
It was.
Didn't the Lakers go to Boston and beat them without
They
LeBron
did.
James? Same
That's
thing.
it's kind of hard to get used to that.
But my boys are pretty good. I got a couple of good guards, but our defense is really good. The boys, when I say the boys, the guards, they like that. One of them thinks he's Steph Curry, and the other one, I can't remember who he told me he was the other night. He might have said LaMelo, Terry. And so they've shot a lot of threes, and they hadn't made a lot, but they've made a few, and they get excited. So if you get after the game after we lost, I'm like, all right, guys, let's cut back the threes. If you're open, let's bust it. That's fine if you catch a pass, but I don't want to see any threes. They only took like 2 threes. Well, last night or Thursday night, I forgot to tell them that.
Oh, so we
They took full advantage.
Wow.
Before I could.
That's right.
That's your fault.
We're not even halfway through
It's
the
the
first
coach's
quarter. They had
fault.
shot like 10 threes.
We was only doing that for one game, and it all changed in this.
They didn't.
Give them the game plan. You didn't give them that.
There was no.
At least they listened.
It was wide open. They didn't care from that. But they had fun and played good. And then it was actually against the team that beat us. And I told them, we're going for revenge here, and that's what we're you were fighting for or whatever. But so they came out swinging in that one. This is the game we lost, and this game we lost. I want to pull up a little. It's a fun film. I'm gonna let it play while we talk some sports here and stuff too.
Well, this don't even look fair in the middle.
Well, my team's the white team.
Oh, you're just going.
That's what I'm saying.
Bell's down here trying to score. So our opening tip, Terry, and Austin, we didn't work on this one. So our game plan is to get the ball to one of the kids that can't really get an open shot or score. So I park them down here on the block, and if one of our guys can get it, we'll get it down there for a shot. We don't get it on this play, but Austin's had a couple shots that hadn't got in. And so there's he missed one on the game. We missed 48. But we missed that. The other team in this game, Terry, you know how when the referees go this way, no, go this way. Well, they did that to us, and the whole team went down there, and then they let them hand the ball in, and they got a wide open layup of our defense on the other end of the court, and we lost by 1 point.
1 point.
So I take it they don't really call traveling in this league.
Gosh, Tom, they're not.
Sorry, they don't call it. They don't call it in the NBA either, Tom. It's no big deal.
4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
I'm just saying it would be hard for me because some idiot would be out there screaming about it.
Oh, they do at our league.
Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah, or it gets called in an inopportune time when it ain't never called any other time.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's called if it affects the play, like it is.
And then they tell you,
they get
call
a small
it both ways.
They do call travels. They do call double dribbles and all that stuff. It's just egregious stuff. But,
if he's like going to score or something.
But anyway, I was going to show you. So Terry, I had the last play of the game. I got the timeout called, and this is what we drew up. All right, so real quick. Well, now they have the ball 7 seconds. We get a steal here. All right, so I'm watch me calling timeout here. Terry, you remember the girl the other day? The video I showed you.
Yeah.
This is me.
Don't feel bad.
I'm a foot behind his head, and he let like 3 seconds go off the clock.
I had a guy last night doing me like that, Kevin. I mean, I did not see him. I didn't hear him. And he was like, I was calling timeout for the last 5 seconds.
All right, so our basket is this end. You see where I'm standing, all right? My 2 best scorers are the ones that are at half court. They messed up. They were supposed to crisscross and then go deep, and then we're going to throw it deep because the little 3 right here at half court, he's faster than anybody on the court, and he gets to everything. So I told him to throw it as far as you can. I said, I don't care if it bounces. He'll go get it. So the play, and then the other kid's the other good scorer. So I got my 2 scorers basically going deep, like running deep routes here with 3 seconds left, and my quarterback throwing it in. So here's the play we got to win the game. And, well, Zach, you got to we'll play some audio. You might hear Dad or somebody in the background. We'll go with it. Go ahead, Zach, hit the button. All right. Inbound play. Throw it deep. Boom. Complete. Lost.
You know that was heartbreaking for him.
Terry.
You know he's heartbreaking. You know he's heartbroken. His wide open.
He is wide open.
He was. He
That's
laid
just
down
that.
and cried, and I had to pull him off the court. Poor kid, but he's been our MVP. He's the one that missed. He's our leading scorer. I mean, everything worked. We couldn't. It just couldn't buy it. There was a witch sitting on top of that basket that night. And it just boom, 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 boom. I mean, we had an inbound play. We missed one earlier. You know, where you draw them up.
I mean, number one, you got to give the kid credit for just catching it.
Yeah.
Down there.
The throw, the pass was even better than that.
That's
I mean, you have to get it down the court. So
the kid that caught it, Nehemiah Hopper, he's the fullback on the football team for him. So good hands there for Neo. But he's got really good hands. And I can't tell which hand he shoots with, Terry. He shoots both handed. He pulls threes and it just comes out. I'm like, I really don't know which hands he's shooting with, but it goes in and I just, he does a good job. And then and Max Francis, our other second scorer. Then our third guy, Jalen Brooks there he's our Scottie Pippen. Like once I do the stat sheets tonight, everything is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 across the board, and he does pretty good. So I'm gonna give told the guys I'd give them a shout out.
There you go.
This morning I do these games are posted on YouTube. You can go and watch them. I don't have Thursday night's game per se ready and loaded, but I do have our MVP from the game there, Terry. So, and I'm gonna show you the play next week because I haven't got it upload on YouTube. So her and another little girl. They come in and their job, we'll run a triangle and 2 with the girls, and they'll chase the ball basically and double team. So You know, those guys right there dribbling. They're not used to, why are these two little girls running at us? And they cause havoc. Well, one of the plays, they got a steal or something. We ended up getting the ball, and it was a play in the game. We were up for a little bit, and they made like 2 or 3 passes in a row. One of them got the rebound, passed it to Bell. Bell passed it to the scorer, got the assist. It was all one big play. Play of the game, perfect. And what's funny about it is I give the guys a game ball. So what she's holding is the game ball.
Is that a like KTC broadcasting ball?
No, it's just a little rubber balls that blow up and we write on them. But anyway, no, they're not sponsored. The basketballs aren't.
Terry wanted one.
Well, I was getting ready to say.
But what's neat about it,
put that over next to my steak.
I don't give the game balls to the next game so I can count up the stats, and I usually give it whoever had the hustle stats the more. I don't give them the best scores because I got the same 2 kids score all the points for the most part. But anyway,
and I'm glad you said that, Kevin, because there's a lot more to basketball than just scoring.
I have to explain this to the kid I just said that does all the Scottie Pippen type stuff. He gets so upset the other 2 don't pass it to him, and I'm like, well, the offense isn't designed like that. Quarterbacks, and I had to explain it to him football style. I was like, quarterbacks, wide receivers. I said, right now you're playing fullback and tight end. Sometimes you're going to score, sometimes you're not. You got to understand that. And they raised the goals up to 10 foot. And my daughter and the little girl can't get it there. And so I try to explain to them, guys, you're not going to score. You have to do other things. So in defense, that's why they're double teaming, chasing the ball. They take the ball out of bounds all the time. And so the game we lost, I didn't give them a game ball for the next one. They were upset. They wanted to be undefeated. I was like, all right, I'll hold it off the game ball. And then I'll wait till the next game, give it to them, like I said, so I can count the stats. Well, I went back and watched that one and then watched the next one. So I had 2 to give away Thursday night. And the girls did pretty good. Lost one. The one kid that should have got it had a really bad attitude in the second game, so I'm not going to give it to him for that. So I wrote the girls' names down before the game started. And by God, Terry, if they didn't play the best game they played all year and then made the offensive player of the year for us with that play. And so I wrote their names on the balls before it started, and they walked out there and then earned them a little bit later. But the other kid, Thursday night, I don't have the stats for it. He hit 5 threes Thursday night. You know how I was talking about, you want to tell him to stop shooting at some point? He was 2 of 10 at a certain point. And I didn't say anything. We were up. He kept shooting. I didn't say anything. He went boom, boom, boom. He made 3 straight. And now he's all from 5-13. Then he checked the last 2 from pretty deep. But he wouldn't have made those last 3 if I'd have been like, hey, come on out, stop shooting. I'm just so my thing is someone who played and liked to shoot. Don't tell your shooters to stop shooting.
That's right.
Let them shoot.
A shooter.
They'll catch it.
Are you a scorer or are you a shooter?
He had 5 threes, 23 points, and he ended up outscoring the other team with his 3-pointers alone.
Or you can be Draymond Green and do everything.
And then complain because Steph won't throw you the ball. But anyway, congratulations to the girls. I'll have those videos for the girls. I'll show you the play of the week next week. I'm going to make a little highlight for it and make the play. But Terry, college basketball. How's your NC State Wolfpack?
We're not bad. We're 14-7.
Are you in the tournament now or not?
No. We're 14-7, 6-4 in ACC. But I mean, they got this ridiculous game that they're gonna play today that people say it's like, I don't know, heaven or something. But I don't understand it. But they say it's Duke against Carolina, and everybody's supposed to watch it at 6:30 today. That's all I can tell people.
Well, I'll tell you one person who won't be watching. I might listen to it.
We crapped a bed against, I think it was Georgia Tech.
Georgia
Tech beat Duke, too, and they've got 4 wins on the season, I believe, Georgia Tech.
Beat them by 2, didn't
they?
Yeah.
One.
R.J. Davis missed the final shot, which we shouldn't have been in that position anyway. But we're 10-1 ACC, I think, and
there was a
18-3
nice
overall or something.
Play, though. I mean, it was a nice drawn-up play, but you can't ask.
We should have been down anyway.
Yeah,
I had to check the video.
Ohio State had a real strong showing at Northwestern. They only got beat by 30.
I had to check the artwork to make sure Chip was a Tar Heel fan.
Because Pinto Beans can't play basketball.
They're so bad.
The Black Eyed Peas.
A nut can't play basketball.
They were talking about, they won a few games.
How's he supposed to cross
over? You crack yourselves up, don't you guys? I just wish I could crack myself up like y'all go, oh, nut can't play basketball. Can't even tell his own joke. He cracks himself up. He probably sits in front of the mirror all day, just tells himself jokes. He never has to leave the house. But I've
done it before, Tom.
I can see that, Terry. I can definitely see that.
I just tell the jokes to my wife, and she don't get them for about 4 hours later.
But
then they come back and say, I know what you said.
Yeah, right.
We had such a beautiful Saturday. We finally, my mom and dad had been really sick, and they finally got a little better. So we all went out to eat a couple weeks late for Jackie's birthday. So we're all going out. It was a beautiful Saturday.
He never
Everybody
gets in
had
the
a great
middle,
time.
Kevin.
Anna was home and all that. Then we put on that Ohio State game. And it's like a beautiful Saturday ruined by Ohio State. I mean, they're just so bad. Then they got beat again. They got beat again by Iowa last night by 2 points. So I'm just getting ready for the what's that team?
NIT?
No, the tournament that Charlotte won last year. We might be in that one. So
You're on the
but,
third layer.
That UNC Charlotte has an Australian coach. You ever heard him get interviewed?
No.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he's from way down under. Okay, you can really tell this guy's just like fresh off the boat. But they've won some games.
What the heck? Oh, that's where you're running into the people.
I'm glad you brought up Iowa.
Yeah.
That's when they beat they wouldn't beat the best player in the nation or knocked her out.
No. She hit the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit the fan.
This is the biggest flop in the history of the world. Victimization society.
Here's the problem.
Boom.
She's running off the court because
there's better angles of it where she pushed the girl and hit the girl.
She got beat.
She's probably trying to get away from the crowd.
She got beat. You don't have to run. Why are you running in that crowd? There's no reason for her to run. If victimization is exactly Kevin 100. Both of them. I don't care either one of them. Both of you are idiots.
All right, Kevin, and Tom, and Zach. Do you agree with rushing to court, or do you agree with not rushing to court on account of this? This has come up quite often.
I think it can be potentially dangerous.
She did push her. Yeah, she did push her.
That was a LeBron flop, though.
It was.
The girl was on the phone, wasn't paying no attention to Caitlin Clark at one bit. She's probably never been to a college basketball or sporting event in her life.
Clark's seen her.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
And then she gave her the that's the most Draymond Green thing I've seen in a women's basketball game in quite a while.
Well, it's like people like her. They've had the success. She's getting all the attention and all that. And then
Getting ready to break the record.
Then they get beat.
Flop or not, Terry?
I think it's a good flop.
She flopped, didn't she?
And then they're going to make a great big deal out of this. But
I want to see the video of the girl holding the phone. That's got to be the best video.
She didn't. But she didn't. I don't think she fell.
Yeah, she went down.
Okay, I didn't think she did.
Her feet up in the air.
I didn't think she fell when I saw her. She was already back up, so she got up pretty quick.
But it's a good debate this past week over that happening. I mean, I know Jay Billis was totally against anybody hitting the court, but then there's a lot of people who was like, maybe they need to have like a 5-minute interim, then you can all run. But I mean, that 5 minute, I know, but that 5 minute stuff. I mean, that ain't gonna be on television.
Nothing. As far as the opposing teams, they should they should have a way to get them off the court as quick as they can. They can shake hands in the back or something. They can't. You don't want to take the fun away from it. You don't want them. You really don't want the people down there. Security, I just gives up.
No,
they don't do that in NFL games.
Yeah, I was gonna say the NFL's.
They don't do that in Major League Baseball games.
No.
They don't rush the field in pro sports.
The college games
so
is
they
worse.
can stop it if they want.
The football.
But
football.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Take a cattle prod down there?
That's why I don't know. You know, electrify the fence.
What about when I remember? It's probably been a long time, but it was Iowa played a game at Minnesota, beat them there, and tore down their goalposts. It's like, oh my God, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, just say that they do crazy stuff at college games. I remember when UNCC beat Louisville when Louisville was number 4, and we rushed the court. You know, it was fun. But and that's just kind of be the college.
That was only like 40 people.
No, it's back to no, Kevin, no,
60.
no. We used to be good
I know.
in the 90s.
Y'all did. Y'all built a
90s
nice
we were
arena. You had good recruiting, good teams.
Right.
What was the coach's name? I can't.
We had
I know it was
Mullins for
Yep,
a while.
it was
And,
him.
You know, he was pretty good. You know, he's a Duke guy. But we had some good teams in the 90s and had some fun.
That's where
And
Roderick
we just
Howard went.
fell off the planet. Now we got this guy from down under. Now I like him. I like some of the things he says. They do some interviews with him, and I think he's got the program going. It's trending.
They had a big
they won
win,
like 7, 8 in a row.
They had a big win this year
rate.
too. They had a big win against a pretty good.
They beat Florida Atlantic or somebody like that, who was ranked at the time 17th.
Yeah.
Ranked. So I think they're trending. I mean, it's a pretty big school, it's in a good city. I mean, you should be able to attract these guys that Carolina and Duke pass up on. I mean,
oh yeah,
you might hit on a Curry or something like with him going to Davidson and maybe thought he was undersized. You might hit on somebody like that.
Purdue beat Ohio State. A lot of the kids that were at Purdue is like, well, Ohio State didn't want me, and now I could show you why you should have recruited me.
Shout out real quick to local mid-major school that I'm involved with. Gardner-Webb's on the 6-game winning streak right now. Their men's basketball team, not this Wednesday, but the previous Wednesday, they beat Longwood 76-64 on 12 of 13 shooting behind the arc. 12 of that. It set a Big South Conference record for behind the three-point line.
Longwood?
They defeat Longwood.
Sad thing now is, though, if you hit on a big recruit, they're going to go somewhere else. Now they can take them from you.
Yeah. Play 1 year and say adios.
That's the mid-major schools, and you're seeing this in a lot of sports. They're becoming feeder schools, and same as the JUCOs were, and not just for the players, for the coaches.
So, number one overall seed according to bracketology is Purdue. Last 4 buys: Texas Providence, Texas A&M. See if I can get that up. There we go. Seton Hall. Last 4 in: Memphis, Nebraska, Boise State, and Colorado. First 4 out: Florida, Washington State. I haven't got down there yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna look in a second. Gonzaga, Butler, Virginia, Cincinnati, Villanova, and Oregon are the next 4 out. 68-team bracket. We got North Carolina Central as a 6-team seed for you Central fans out there listening
App
to the
State
show this
sitting there at a 12.
Green Bay, isn't it? The Packers?
App's in right now.
Green Bay.
Automatic qualifier. They've had a pretty good season.
They have.
The gym at the home center up there has been rocking this year. Beat Auburn is one of their victories. And they've got them in their bracket right
So I was looking at it. Play them second round.
Who's that now?
Auburn. App State.
How are they a forcing we're 12, Terry, when we wax the floor with them?
That's right.
I hate college sports. Wax the floor with them.
And why would you put them in the same bracket?
I do remember that. I remember that being on the news.
Yeah. Why would you put them in the same bracket? Come on.
Revenge.
That's what it is.
Revenge.
Well,
get them back.
That's how the big schools try to wipe out their victories or when they get their win. No, okay. Well, we didn't have
Okay,
a
now we'll
schedule.
put them on a
in a
neutral
couple of weeks.
This bracketology is all just guesswork anyway.
By the time
They
that
don't
happens,
even
Terry,
get it
they'll
right.
make you go to Auburn.
I finally figured out what these quad wins were.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like it depends on not only where they're ranked, but did you play them home or away?
Yeah. You don't get no quad 1 wins hardly at home unless, like State would have played Carolina at home, they'd have got a quad 1 win because Carolina was in the top 10 or whatever.
So it's like so many schools, like the top, like if you, I can't remember exactly the number, but you beat a top 50 on the road would be better than maybe beating a top 30 at home.
Where did these words come into effect? I've never heard of quad anything until this year.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, this is always.
So what are we talking about?
I find
war.
It's one of those.
Is this war? Is this
War.
No, seriously, the quad 1 and quad 2 thing are things that I heard, because it'll be a little blurb on TV, but they never explain what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they have 10 quad 1 wins, and I was like, well, what is that? Like, nobody ever takes the time to explain, well, this is what a quad 1, and, you could type it in the Google machine, but I kept forgetting to do it, and I finally did.
It's the modern day RPI.
It don't take a lot of geniuses to figure this out. Let's do this.
Yeah.
If you beat a Power 5 school, you get 2 points at home. If you beat a Power 5 school on the road, you get 3 points. You beat a non-Power 4, 1 and 2. It's just that simple. And then when you do the rankings, look at top 25 right now, not when you beat them. Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're number 5. They're ranked in the top 25. You get an extra point. So now you got 6 points for that victory. Instead, how hard is that? It's just simple. 1, 2, 3 instead of 0.07853 on the Richter scale.
State, that's like
Texas
them
and
right
NC
now.
State
They got
score.
2 more home games. None of them are quad 1s. Our next quad 1 win would be when we go to Wake.
So you don't make tournament unless you get those.
We got to have some quad 1 wins.
It rewards you for winning on the road. I will say that.
Yeah.
It rewards you for winning on the road.
Well, right now, Clemson would be a 7 seed in the ACC. Appalachian State would be a 12 seed.
And Duke and Carolina's the other 2, and we only got 3.
Duke
I ain't even seen it, but I know
would be
we
a
only got
3
3.
seed.
How can you tell the ACC you can only have 3 teams?
Charlotte is in right now, Tom, as an automatic qualifier.
I told you they're trend. Where are they? 13. Yeah,
13.
They're trending in the right direction.
Would you take the Charlotte 49ers bus up to Dayton, Ohio, to watch that, Tom? Alma mater.
But where would the game be? Spokane,
Oh,
Washington.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's not at home. That would be fun. How about NCAA tournament games, first round games at home of the lower seed? What you think about that?
Ooh, that would be awful tough for you as a 9
Say
and
that
an
again,
8.
Kevin.
Well, they just had tough did.
That would be
Kevin,
tough.
what did you just say?
Home game to the lower seed first round.
Kevin,
See,
that's so dumb.
Yeah, that would be hard. Right
Fun.
there.
No, that'd be fun.
8 versus 9, and I got to go to number 9.
Why are you going to reward the lower seed?
Kevin,
Here y'all go.
Kevin, I think
Here y'all go. Let's reward the ones.
Seriously, I think about a lot of things you say, and I'm like, Kevin might be right there. But that's dumb.
No,
you don't reward them.
Oh, there y'all go.
Yeah.
I'm not. You're in the tournament. That's your reward.
No, that's the reward for the lower seed.
No, listen.
Let me be the lower seed while I can play at home.
Y'all want to have exactly. Y'all want to have fun.
So you're gonna have teams tanking.
Vermont hosting Duke in the first round is
way
better.
Way
better.
Would lose their minds.
Way better. Way better than Duke versus Vermont in Pittsburgh. Think about Baylor at Appalachian State in round 1 instead of Baylor and Appalachian in Spokane, Washington.
I agree with you, but play it at Duke.
Yeah.
That would be an experience.
They're gonna win.
Look,
give them a chance to win. To upset.
That's not necessarily true.
Look. What an experience that would be for their kids from Vermont to go to Cameron Indoor and play Duke.
What experience?
That'd be a great experience.
You're right. What experience it would be for Duke to actually play a road game, Tom? What experience it be for them to have to go sit in someone else's locker room
and
one
see
time?
the wonderful countryside of Vermont.
They went up to Ohio State and got beat.
Sit in Vermont's locker room. They've never seen anybody.
Vermont, where the whole crowd's only going to be 3,000.
Exactly. That's how many's going to be there for Pittsburgh.
I think we'd all be in favor of taking them away from these locations.
Tom, I know you wouldn't like it. You're an elitist.
I'm not an elitist. I'm just saying.
You definitely don't want Ohio State coming into Appalachian State under any circumstances. I understand.
I
understand.
I
understand.
Wrong.
I understand.
I would love Ohio State to go to Appalachian State because it's an hour and a half from my house. So I would love to go an hour and a half from my house.
And Ohio State would have.
It's like when I saw Youngstown State at Appalachian State, it was only an hour and a half from my house. So I love it when I would love for Ohio State to come down and play. I don't know, come down and play South Carolina. I would love that. Come to their building because now I can go 100 miles to Columbia. So play Coastal.
I was about to say they should have a home and home with
Ohio
Coastal.
State play Coastal
They should have
because
a home.
the whole state of Ohio already lives in Horry
Exactly.
County. So there would be more Ohio State fans there than there would be Coastal. But no, when we went to state, Terry, we went to state. I went up and watched in 2003.
So one of my points on the basketball thing on this tournament, real quick, on this first round thing, is Appalachian's stadium is just as big as Duke's.
It is.
So like
49,000.
Yeah.
You're talking about their basketball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cameron is tiny.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying is that it's not necessarily a home court advantage for some of these people. When it's not the same as football. Say like you don't have to squeeze in 100,000 people for Ohio State fans. They couldn't come to Appalachian State. It'd be so many people that could get in there. But like when basketball, now we've got the same size basketball gym as Duke. So, we could hold that. We could hold that. The Ohio State fans coming in there for that game, or the Duke fans, or the Carolina fans. Carolina and Duke, like Ted said, Terry, is the only ACC team. Carolina, Duke, and Clemson listed the only thing. And is this Clemson still being in seventh place type thing?
State and Florida State both should be in there.
10th. Please explain. Come
Virginia,
on, y'all.
You got to put them there.
I get on the college football stuff enough, but y'all are going to do this in basketball now?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. It's an ACC somehow drop for everything.
Terry, Clemson's in 10th.
I know.
Got a losing record in the conference.
There's 7 seed in the tournament.
They're 14-6. State's 14-7, but Clemson's in, and I can understand it. That's a bump from last year. I could understand every bit of that happen. But
you get to play.
But what about Virginia, Miami, Syracuse, Wake, and Florida State?
But it all goes back to where they were ranked at the beginning of the year. Remember, Clemson was in the top 25.
Oh,
so,
no. Okay,
I'm telling you, that's what it is. They got that.
I'm an alien. I just landed on this planet, and and I'm looking at the ACC standings, and y'all are telling me in the tournament is first, second,
and
10th.
Yeah.
Where's the? Do I have to pull the pictures up of the tournament committee people again and all that?
We're
stuff?
gonna jump over 7 people.
Virginia's not in the tournament.
7-3 Virginia, 16-5.
They
Yeah,
7 teams.
They
ahead
had
of
them on the
Clemson.
bubble.
They were in the
That's
first
Had them on the
group
bubble.
out.
Yeah.
They're the next 4 out. They ain't even the first 4 out. Virginia's,
Number 3 in the
Virginia's
ACC.
73rd in the
Wow,
ACC.
Gonzaga's out this year.
Mm-hmm.
What is the downfall though with the ACC?
I
What is
don't-
this?
But
There's something wrong here.
Someone explain to me, anyone of any of those teams ahead. Like, y'all watch. Why is Clemson ahead of any of those teams? Terry, why is Clemson ahead of Wolfpack right now?
Why
What's
is
their
Clemson?
head-to-head?
They probably thinking of last year.
What's the
That's all they
head-to-head?
could.
Has State played Clemson?
Not yet. Getting ready to.
Ours 6-4. They're 4-5. I just don't get whoever does whatever bracketology you already has Clemson the 10th seed in the ACC is not good. We're gonna not let anybody in, but we're gonna let the 10 in. 1, 2, 10.
And only 3 teams in our league is got losing records overall. Only 3.
I will say this.
That reminds me
though.
of Varsity Blues.
Louisville is amazingly bad, though. I can't believe how bad they are. Gosh,
They fell off the map.
Man.
And they were bad last year.
Notre Dame's. I can remember when I was a kid. Digger Phelps was still there. They used to have a good team when Bobby Crumb.
they had
was at
Doherty.
Georgia Tech.
Terry, correct.
Doherty
they
was
just
up
don't
there.
have it anymore.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when they used to have 8, 9, and 10 teams,
Mhm.
didn't they used to get 5 and 7?
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
They were ranked better when they had fewer teams
so,
in the
so
conference.
how is adding more teams to your league better for you then?
Unless there's
I
an
don't know
argument
what
that it
is.
dilutes
It's
the
a-
product.
You're right. It's made it worse, hasn't
Because
it?
how many times did State come in and get that last seed? You know, they'd come in as a 10.
Yeah.
Usually a 7 or a 10 is where they'd fall.
If you would
Yeah,
beat
Herb
Lou-
Sendick was always in there.
Yeah.
Around
Now-
7 or 10.
Now,
Yeah.
not this year. If you beat Louisville, over the course of history as an out-of-conference game, that would be a pretty big victory. You add
Yeah.
them to the ACC, you beat them. It's not a good victory. I think maybe too many teams is the problem. And
see, here's where you look at State. They're 14-7. We play Georgia Tech today, that Carolina just lost to, at home. And then we play Pitt at home. Then we make that quad 1 move over to Wake Forest, and then we got a quad 1 with Clemson. Those are our next 4. So we got an opportunity, but we cannot lose to Georgia Tech or Pitt.
That'll give you 18 wins.
If you win them all.
Yeah.
Let's go 3-1.
It used to be.
You know?
Am I like delusional, or was like 20 wins?
It
kind
Yeah,
of-
we
used to
talked about
be.
that with the Tar Heels last
But
year.
now
Yeah.
Clemson
Yeah, they
had
won
how many
22.
win last year?
Tom, a 22-win Tar Heel team didn't get in the tournament.
That was ranked number 1 at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I don't know what's going on with this stuff. I mean, none of it makes sense. For you to sit here and try to make sense of any of it, you basically should just watch the television and say, thanks, guys, for letting me know.
It tells us at the end of the year who we won't watch any of the games. Just tell us at the end of the year
Yeah.
who gets in the tournament.
You know what I say? You know what I say? We can make this a lot clearer. Okay, you're going to use the regular season to seed you in the tournament, and then we're going to take, if you make the final 4 of your conference tournament, those 4 are in the NCAA, and then fill the gaps with all the other ones. That's what I would say.
Tom, I agree with you.
Yep.
I love automatic qualifiers for everything.
Yep.
But the people who run college hate automatic qualifiers for everything.
Because they
It
don't
kills
get to
the-
control
It
it.
kills the suspense.
It puts
It's-
them out of a job.
There's no drama. Yeah, and Tom and Kevin's point too. Yeah.
How many teams did you?
Well, no, it helps protect brand names, too. Like, you're sitting there, you got Notre Dame on the bubble versus Alcorn State. Who you putting in the tournament? They're going to put Notre Dame in. And that's what they do. That's why I think they do it, is protect names and TV ratings. It ain't got nothing to do with who's deserving or whatever. Look, you know what's going to be funny? Look who's right there on the bubble to get in the tournament in the 4 seed.
Florida State.
Yeah.
Kick them
And
out.
I mean,
The
and
NCAA tournament tells us you can go undefeated in football, you're not in our playoff. You could come in 4th in the ACC, you're not in our playoff. Why would they not leave?
Who was
Well-
Florida State pissed off? That's all.
Well,
don't
well,
know.
tell me this though: when you look at it, the ACC had 3 teams. We know who they are: Duke, Carolina, and Clemson. Clemson's not ranked. The Big Ten has 6, but only 3 of them are ranked. So what's the difference? Why are we doing this to the ACC? ACC is the threshold of basketball in the United States. Everything goes through them. And then the Big 12 in this thing, they said, would have 9. 9 teams in it from the Big 12. I mean, how many teams is in that league? 10? I mean, I don't know how many teams in the
You
Big
think
12.
it'd be 12, but they can't.
Because the Big Ten don't know how many's in it. So
it's a little weird. It's
you got. What do y'all think about? Do y'all like the thing where, let's just say, you get in your conference tournament after the regular season's over? Do y'all like the conference champion in the tournament getting the automatic bid? Do y'all like that rule?
It's
I would
always
say,
been the rule.
Yeah, but do you like that rule? Yeah.
I don't
I'll
mind.
go
Yeah,
back to my
I'm good with
previous
that.
Rule though, use the regular season for seeding, and then use however. Just figure out the math. Which if you did the top 4 of the tournament, right? At least you get some people who, all right, you played your way in. That's the way you should. You should play your way directly. This game, this game means I get in or no, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I'm with it, and this is how I look at it. You take the regular season winner because that team played all year for that.
And then
then whoever wins your tournament automatically gets in.
Or the
because,
top
which is
four,
what the
Terry.
because well,
Terry, the top 4.
Well, the reason I say the winner of that is on account of maybe they got better as the year went along. They just started off bad. You know what I'm saying? So they improved to where they are winning your tournament. So those two are automatic.
Well, if you improved, then you'll be higher in the tournament as compared to what your regular season record was. So that's what I'm saying. Because if you let the top 4 in, then you're rewarding those who are playing the best at the end of the season, which is what we want to see anyway.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
want to see the best.
Look at the NFL. I mean, I'm not saying that the NFL gets it wrong, but you look at the Philadelphia Eagles who are playing their worst football at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they got stomped by Tampa Bay. I mean, it's just, why not have the teams that are hot when you need to be hot? When you've come together, you figured it out. That's the best coaching job, right?
Kind of like the Giants, you that year.
Yeah, you look at a team, well, they're 500. Yeah, but maybe they started out 2-6 or something, and the coach figured it out, So give them a little bit of credit for improving and let those teams in as opposed to a bunch of, like as Kevin says, elitists sitting around rooms, sipping lattes, having martinis, figuring out who's going to be in this tournament.
You're just talking about the Big 12, and I pulled theirs up.
They are. I did the exact same thing, Terry.
8 teams that are ranked out of their 14. There's only 14 in the whole conference, but 8 of them are ranked.
We need to start.
And
doing
your
more
9th team is a BYU team that is 15-5.
We need to start doing more. Y'all aren't going to play, like some little Maryland Ocean Shore or whatever we were talking about. Somebody played, and you're going to play the other major conference. We're going to do this. Okay, you are going to play another. We're going to match you up like an ACC Big Ten.
That's what I was about to say.
We're going to do more of it though, Chip. That's what I'm saying. Do more of that, not just 1 week.
Yeah,
do more.
Do you think that like the ACC Big Ten or ACC SEC challenge, that the fact that those kind of contests, they're not tournaments, but what I'm saying, those kind of promotionals. But do you think right now that's putting, to Terry's point, is that putting the ACC at a disadvantage? They're the historical basketball conference, so everybody wants to match up with them. But it's making their records and numbers look worse, and so they're getting disrespected earlier in the season.
But Chip, look, I look at it like this. I know we had the ACC SEC challenge. It ended up in a tie. They won, I think 8. We won 8 or something like 7-7. But the bottom line is SEC's getting 8 teams in it. ACC's getting 3.
Yeah.
Now there's a problem there.
Well, I'm looking at like this, like the Big 12. I pulled up the exact same you are. The fact that we're losing these games, playing better competition, I would argue, to Tom's point. But the fact we're losing these games earlier is hurting our top 25, the number of teams that are in the top 25 overall for the ACC.
All right, so remember what we said a second ago about having all these teams, only 3 teams in it, and it's weird, and how it used to be? I said, didn't we used to have 7, 8, 9 teams? 1997, ACC standings: Duke, Wake Forest, North Carolina, Clemson, Maryland,
Georgia Tech,
Virginia,
good? Yeah.
Florida State, NC State, and Georgia Tech. Tom, how many of those teams made the NCAA tournament?
I would say
Can you count?
5.
Can you count?
Look at the overall.
The answer's there. The answer's there, Tom.
My God.
Okay. Over there, I'm sorry. I was looking at
For
that
the people
call.
on the radio,
Oh,
I didn't
my
put
Lord.
There's a cheat sheet on there.
I wasn't even looking at it.
We gave you the crib sheet, Tom.
Tom, in all Tom's defense, I didn't either.
Yeah. I was looking over there. And
Well, I was counting them. I was going to give
I
them.
was trying to be objective and just look
Yeah.
at the record.
2/3.
That's what I was
Tom
doing.
did good. Tom did what he was supposed to.
That's what I was doing. I was
He
looking.
didn't cheat like the rest
I would
of us.
actually.
Because I know what he does. He does it every Saturday. His gotcha. He's got to have the gotcha question.
That's the
of
reason
day.
I was like, can you count?
Yeah.
It's
But
right
look,
there.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
Florida
but,
State's
yeah,
20 and
but
12.
You know what he does? He'll go, Tom, best 3 power forwards in the history of the NBA. Go. And you're like, whoa. I need a little bit of time to research this. But
Terry
yeah,
says, Draymond, Draymond,
Virginia.
Draymond.
Well,
Virginia,
Virginia,
7-9, man.
18 and 13,
Yeah.
7-9 overall in the ACC, 18 and 13 overall, made the tournament.
Yeah.
With lesser teams in the tournament and lesser teams in the conference. And now with more teams in the tournament and more teams in the conference, the ACC is getting only 3 teams?
And Kevin, does this go back to the argument we made about the college football playoff and reputation of the schools and it coinciding with the reputation of the coach? Has Wake Forest, in a sense, ever recovered from the post-Dave Odom, Tim Duncan era? Has Clemson ever recovered consistently from the Rick Barnes era? Has Maryland, who they're not even in the conference anymore, but have they ever really recovered from the Gary Williams era? I say recovered, but have they kept that momentum going? A lot of these schools on the periphery or from the outside looking in, their programs don't have the same kind of respect, whether that's justified or not, but because of their because of the head coaches that they lost. The only 2 that have really survived that are the 2 that are playing today.
Can it be
look at
though,
Virginia.
Chip? Can it be one of those things that somebody's trying to break up the ACC? So the less that we do for them, the more this might happen. That some of these teams will split and go to the SEC, will split and go to the Big Ten.
Did you see
we just bust it up?
Did you see the news that was released yesterday, Kevin? I don't know if you noticed it. The SEC and the Big Ten have formed an advisory council together.
they did.
So, Terry, there might be legitimacy to that point. And after what we saw with what was the Pac-10, Pac-12 this year, we talked about it at the beginning of the football season. Who's the next conference they're coming after?
I think they'll end up with 32 teams like the NFL and 2 split conferences and do the exact same format that they do for the most part. But real quick, back to Virginia.
Yeah.
They made the tournament at 7-9 in the conference and 18 wins. So Tom, that means they could lose the next 6 in the conference, correct? And only win 2 more games and they'll be in the tournament.
Incorrect.
Like what world are we in?
You're in a world of it's a doggone beauty pageant. So like, what kind of girl do you like? You know what I mean? If
Well,
you're in
and
a beauty pageant, there's different types of girls. I
You-
like this one, not that one.
You look
It's
at this.
dumb.
You look
It's
at this
dumb.
expansion of what's happened with the ACC. The majority of these schools, with the exception of maybe Syracuse historically, the majority of these schools that we've and Boston College that we expanded with from those 9 from that 9 that we saw, it was for football purposes. And have we done that and diluted at least to the mainstream national media? Have we done that to the detriment and diluted the basketball product of the ACC?
I'm not sure. Terry, there's your 8 Big 12 teams in the tournament right now. 15 and 5 BYU and 3 and 4 overall in the conference.
They brought back Phi Slamma Jamma, huh?
Yeah, your
Houston,
BPI
number 4.
standings has got State all the way down to 72.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
As much as you get on my nerves with it, I do think that State is getting cheated. You know
They
what,
do.
Terry?
They play.
You know
They
what,
played
Terry?
well this year.
I feel bad. I do have you a NC State hat for March Madness. I need to bring it in there. I keep forgetting to bring it in. I'm gonna bring
Now,
it in
Duke,
next
Carolina, they number 5 and 6 going at each other today.
And that's the other thing too, that ACC has been so ESPN has built up and focused on the greatest college basketball rivalry that there is in Duke and Carolina for the better part of a decade and a half now. Has there been so much emphasis on those 2 schools? And yeah, they've survived and they're for all intents and purposes thriving in college basketball. But has that focused on just those 2 schools been to the detriment to the rest of the conference? The rest of the conference is basically also rans.
I think it's reading too much into it, Chip. I just think that they've got their little crystal balls, and they just
Follow the money.
Yeah, well,
you know, and they just, you know, I would say that too. But I'm just saying that once people's opinions get overly involved instead of facts, you know, don't bring your feelings to a fact fight. I think that's kind of what we do. We just feel the Big 12's better.
Yeah.
But that's not a fact.
Facts don't care about facts don't care about your feelings.
Right? We feel this. You know, It's like, you know, whatever.
Well, college is the one where you get beat on Saturday and say you're better on Monday.
Right.
Duke, North Carolina, and there's all kinds of stats like this. Will be the 49th time they've met, and they're both in the top 10. Not only is that 35 more than any other matchup, the previous 48 average score is 76.8. North Carolina with 24 wins to Duke's 24 wins, 76.0. 0.8 of a point between the two in the matchup. I think that's just those top 10 matchups. Make sure I get that right there. Duke and Carolina today, of course, on KTC Broadcasting, WCSL and
could this be
WHS.
a 3 strikes you out day?
What you mean?
Well, I mean, Thursday, state women beat the Carolina women.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, the state wrestling beat the Carolina team 33-6. And could this be strike number 3 as Duke beats Carolina in Raleigh today? I mean, in Chapel Hill today?
Anybody want to guess who leads the all-time matchup between the two?
It's tied, isn't it?
Not really.
All time, Carolina by a lot, probably.
Yeah, it's all time. Carolina leads the series against Duke 143-117.
Duke wasn't good till K come in and started cheating.
They go back to Mike Krzyzewski. That's what they usually do.
What is it since 1980?
Okay, that's
the last 48 is 24-24.
But you know what happened in 1980? A guy named who I hate,
Mike Kurgaskursky
right.
got
there. So I would see what is it since 1980?
So the first 10 to 20 years of Dean Smith's career don't count, Tom?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Duke wasn't the same team.
That means Terry, your championships in the 70s don't count.
When Tom's second daddy got to Duke, everything was okay.
Daddy, whatever. Yeah, that guy. Got no use for him. But I will say that, you know, I would say since 1980, it's probably been about even.
It's in a.
I mean,
Carolina's definitely got the lead on it.
Yeah, I would just say that
Coach K's overall record against the Tar Heels, 50-50.
Told you.
50-50.
That's why I'm on the show, Chip. Yeah. You understand? I don't even need the Google machine.
No, he was God's gift to basketball, though. Shouldn't he have a better record than batting 500?
I bet his record in the Dean Smith years is not 50-50, and I bet he's over 500 against Bill Guthridge and Matt Doherty and
Roy.
That's probably correct. That's probably correct. When did Dean Smith give it up? Like 96?
98?
No, it might have been.
8.
What's that?
98.
98.
It was
because he got through Jameson and those guys.
Jameson
and then Guthridge took it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
didn't he have it for 2 years?
He had 2 years.
Yeah. And then Doherty took it.
For 3 years, I think.
No,
Doherty came right
2
after.
years or 3 years?
I think it was 2 years.
Was it 3? I was thinking 2, and then Doherty came in, and then Roy come in and took all his players and won a championship with them.
In Smith's career at UNC, he went 59-35 against the Blue Devils.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you've got to remember, a part of that's 2 seasons when Krzyzewski was out for back surgery. But that's like four
that's
games.
When they were terrible.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
I have no doubt.
I agree with you.
Dean Smith, 24-14 against Coach K.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
They're not going to say that, though, because that would
tarnish the rat. I mean,
we
the
wouldn't get to hear about
rat faces.
I just get tired of. I mean, when he coached, I got tired of hearing about his daughters and his wife and all. Man, I was just so sick of that guy.
You've got to understand when, it's like I'm a state fan. I say, "What have you done for me lately?" Not like the long term.
Unless it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Hear that long term stuff. I'm gonna say like, "Hey, State's beat y'all the last 3 years."
Is this the same guy that talks about Dallas Cowboys?
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
In the 90s, now he's what have you done for me lately? Now he's
It
Paul
is.
Abdul. Now he's Paul Abdul.
It is.
Now he's Paul Abdul. What have you done for me lately? Terry, you're all
about
over
to get
the place,
Chester
man.
Cheetah in here next week.
If you were looking for a consistency with Terry, you're not
It ain't easy being
All
cheesy.
I know is when Tom was out there with me and your dad this morning, Calvin, we gave him a thorough history in a book. He's put it in his car of how many Super Bowls we've won compared to Cleveland.
Number one, you don't read books. Number two, it's worse. Like, because I love Calvin to death, but when he gets around Terry, I just want to go. I just like I can't deal with both of them. You know, it's like when Calvin's Terry's fine.
Back when y'all were drawing in the dirt.
Hot stir.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
Terry's offensively ignorant sometimes. And if you let a pot stir, you fire up someone who's offensively ignorant sometimes.
Yeah, it's like
you don't know what's about to happen between the two.
It's like, oh.
Since Duke won a championship in 2015, they've only made one Final Four, and that was when Caleb Love stabbed him in the heart and ripped his throat out in front of the world.
Too?
I don't care about anybody but Caleb Love on that team. Go Caleb.
And Leaky was on there. Yep.
Leaky and Puff and Puff the Magic.
That's why they didn't win the championship, but they could beat Coach K.
They could beat Coach K.
They won their championship today.
Look, no, that's the greatest.
They sent him off right.
For Carolina fans, it's the thing. It is.
It should be.
I am surprised that he did not come back next year.
That was the ultimate. I mean, he lost his last game in Cameron.
At home.
Lost his last game at Cameron to Carolina. Lost his last game against Carolina. Yeah. That's like the ultimate trump card.
Peace out, bro.
Yeah, deuces, pal.
I'm not a Carolina fan, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah. And they bookended him too because I think his first. I think they said his first loss ever was against Carolina.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So they bookended him.
Well, this weekend on the schedule, Carolina Duke pregame begins at 5:30 today on the radio, WHS WCSL Carolina Basketball Network. We got Charlotte Hornets basketball tomorrow night. Indiana Pacers at the Charlotte Hornets. The Lakers are in town Monday night for some basketball. I don't know if LeBron or AD will sit that game or play that game. I don't know. Usually LeBron plays against Charlotte, Tom, because he likes playing in front of Jordan, getting 30, and
he might get a lot of Instagram views.
Most of the fans for the other teams.
The Lakers are better without him.
They are.
Get a little Instagram views with LaMelo being there.
And then tomorrow it begins.
It does.
Yeah, I thought about Terry this week.
Vroom vroom. The Clash to Coliseum.
I almost sent him a message about that.
Third year, isn't it?
Boogity, boogity, boogie.
Yeah.
Let's go racing. We're going to talk NASCAR in a little bit more. We've got Jimmy Johnson's new colors and schedule out for this year.
Ain't he racing in 9 races?
I've got I think 8 right now.
Okay.
There's 2 open spots. He's got schedules with his daughters and then other kind of racing he wants to do. He really wants to do North Wilkesboro, but he don't know if he can get to it. He's never been on the track before in his life, but he is qualified for the All-Star race still. In my opinion, he should do it before he's unqualified.
I agree. Yeah, go try
especially with it being at North Wilkesboro. I think they're just waiting later in the year to announce that one to see how the season goes. If they have, because the last time they ran, we'll talk about that, bunch of wrecks and then the COVID years. So it's not been good for that, but. Duke, North Carolina at 5:30 today. The Clash Coliseum tomorrow on WCSL on this channel at 6 o'clock. Indiana Pacers and the Hornets on WHS tomorrow. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. We've got NBA, baseball, and NASCAR, NFL, and more on KDCBroadcasting.com.
I'm Calvin E. Opportunity for parents to find out what the schools in Gaston County have to offer. Parents can learn about magnet schools and academy programs, talk with school representatives, attend information sessions, and enjoy student performances. The event is free, so be sure to stop by anytime from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. For more information about the showcase and a complete schedule of activities, it's available on the Gaston County Schools website. Discover a bright future for your child at the Gaston County School Showcase and Parent Fair. We'll see you there this Saturday for a live broadcast from Stuart W. Kramer High School, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Y'all come. It'll be fun. Are you tired of all the TV commercials with Joe, JJ, and Martha talking about senior health care options in our area? If you would like to deal with a local agent with over 20 years' experience servicing this community, please give Ty Penhall a call to discuss the many plan benefits available in our area. Whether it's a supplement, Advantage, or drug plan you're interested in, they have all the options available. There is never a fee, and in-home appointments are available. Just call Ty at 704-489-6970. Again, 704-489-6970. Today's Pro in Shelby can help keep you warm this winter, from gas logs to fireplaces to inserts and more. And if you're building a new home, see Today's Pro in Shelby about a zero clearance builder's box. You just insert the gas logs of your choice. These are non-vented log sets with optional accessories. Name brands like Menneson, Empire, Buck Stove, and more. And they do service calls too. See Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-600-8393 or visit the website at thetodayspro.com.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Don't you be left out in the cold this winter. Have Shelby Heating and Air come out and do a checkup on your heating system for just $99. Yes, just $99 for a heating checkup from Shelby Heating and Air. And don't forget about Dr. Beast, the duct cleaning machine that will clean and disinfect your duct system. Just call 704-487-7877. For home or business, see Shelby Heating and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. Like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
Take the escalator of savings to the second floor of Kurt's Premium Outlet in Gastonia. Get ready for Valentine's Day with a plush Valentine teddy bear for $12. Take a look at the new plush animal stools for $103.50. Throw pillars are $13.75. Kurt's Premium Outlet has battery-powered motor cars. For the kids, just $6.25. Bunk beds are $5.25. And Bookshine blankets are $25. That's Kurt's Premium Outlet in East Ridge Mall on North New York Road in Gastonia. Like them on Facebook, too, and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
Have fun in the sun this spring and summer with a recreational vehicle loan from Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville, with rates as low as 5.99% annual percentage rate. This loan includes campers, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, and even tractors. Come in and apply now, but hurry, limited time offer. Again, recreational vehicle loans with rates as low as 5.99% annual percentage rate at Carolina Federal Credit Union, 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville, online at carolinafcu.org, or call 704-435-0186. Rates and terms are based on the evaluation of credit.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're going to be talking about some more sports. I don't know exactly what kind of sports, but I know it's going to be some kind of sports. I don't think they realize that they're back on the air yet. Yeah, we're on the air. I'm just waiting for y'all to hit the buttons.
But yep.
I was just saying y'all are going to talk about some more
JP,
sports.
what I'm saying is my team has took 70 more shots than the other teams, and they have more free throws than us. It makes no sense.
Quit fouling.
You're right, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know, because in the second half, we're up by so much, the rest quit calling fouls on us, and my kids get hammered. Austin has been drop kicked a couple of times, I think, Zach, and on why he's taking a shot and ain't got a foul called yet. One kid got what is it? Speared? Is it Stone Cold? Who speared him?
Goldberg.
Goldberg. When one kid shot a three the other night, we were up 20, got Goldberged into the second row. No call. Let them play, boys. Let them play. Terry, I caught it. I will say this real quick. You know how, like, in different sports, there's different, like, rules, like when you're up big or down. I didn't play my starters in the fourth quarter up big against the team, and they left theirs in the whole time against my little girls, and they stole like 7 balls in a row off of them and were getting a layup drill off of them. They had more points in that fourth quarter than they did the whole game doing that. So I started getting kind of mad there about a minute left, and I'm sitting there watching it. We got a steal with 5 seconds left, Terry. I called a timeout up 25. Ref looked at me and said, "Game's over," and watched the clock run out. He blew the whistle, though, because he heard me call a timeout, blew the whistle, and everybody kind of looked around, and then he goes, "Game's over, coach." And walked off. And I just was going to call a play just because I was going to put my starters back in because they had theirs out there stealing the ball from my little girls. Like, if you're winning big or we're going to lose, you got to fix your etiquette, some of you folks, coaches, and that's all I'm going to say about that one. I take my starters out when we're winning in the fourth quarter. Didn't even play this Thursday night, and they were mad at me. I'm like, I'm sorry. You've got 23 points.
Understand.
Sit down. All right, NBA, Tom's favorite team, LaMelo Ball. No, I got some highlights.
He's hurt again.
Did he get hurt again?
Shocker. He was doubtful for the next.
I told you, you got to trade him.
But you ever listen to a Steve Clifford interview?
Yeah, I got a couple of this. Hold on. I'm going to start with this.
Lordy.
We're going to go to Steve in a minute. It's been a bad week for Steve, actually.
I'm not allowed to speak again.
Well, you get ahead of yourself.
Hold up. Mute him.
You get ahead of yourself.
Mute Tom.
Now, this, real quick. We're told our plumbers, electricians, garbage men, and the NBA used to be slow. This is the All-Star game, Terry. You recognize any of these fellas?
It's not a clear
That's Bill Russell, isn't it?
That's Bill Russell.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
That's Wilt.
And Wilt Chamberlain.
Yep.
Let me back up a
Now-
sec on Wilt.
Now, you guys remember how big Wilt was in our picture we showed last week, and look at Russell beside of him.
Look at Wilt's shoulders. When they say that, and this is what when people
You're
talk
talking
about
about a middle linebacker.
when people talk about athletes, that dude's 7 foot tall, and he could jump. He's a high jumper too.
And he did push-ups and sit-ups. He didn't have no, 8-step weight training program.
That's how slow these guys move. Chamberlain's not looking to shoot. He's the Draymond Green of the Boston Celtics out there. Except not looking to hurt anybody. Celtics fumble the first one. No, that's not the Celtics. That's the All-Star game. I'm sorry, that's the East. I have no idea who he's
Russell's
playing
so
with.
fast you lost him.
I have no idea.
Wow.
I was about to say, this is starting to look like that Hornets clip you showed last week, Kevin.
No, he just made first one. But is that the O?
Could have been.
Might have been.
It's fun watching some old footage here.
It's like Russell wasn't quite as tall. He was only like 6'11" or so, but like his wingspan was like 7'4" or something.
What year was this?
69 or 71. I can't remember. I'll see it when I hit.
Boston probably won the championship.
For some reason, I was thinking it was 69. But it's nonstop moving up and down the court. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's
Yeah, that's what I
fast
was
break,
watching.
fast break, fast break, fast break, fast break.
It's like I bet Havlicek and Kuzi are probably in the starting five for the East too.
It was 1969.
And you didn't have a foul on every possession.
And you didn't see anybody whining either.
In 2018, Rudy Gobert won the Defensive Player of the Year. He had 44 steals and 129 blocks on the season. Okay? 44 steals, 129 blocks. So far this year, rookie Wembyana has more steals and more blocks in 42 games.
He'll probably get Rookie of the Year.
Speaking of aliens, I know he has no idea how the ACC gets into the NCAA tournament, does he?
Probably not.
That's amazing. He's already passed in 42 games, Player of the Year.
Then why do they suck so bad?
Well, the rest of them. Have you not? The one of them's got pink hair.
And his name's not Rodman.
And I've never been a big fan of Popovich either. So
This is
coach.
a funny joke. I had to read this one. Embiid was named All-Star starter last week and presumably would now be replaced by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver ahead of the game in Indianapolis. And the response was, Adam Silver put himself in the All-Star game. Copywriters, commas, things like that. Pay attention to your details. That's what I was talking about last week with that copywriter. Now, Tom, here you go. This is your buddy Steve Clifford in an interview talking about our own Charlotte Hornets.
This might be the one I heard.
It might
I think
be.
it's the one I did too.
He's tying a rope.
Just
tying
play it,
Is he
Kevin.
tying a noose in this one?
Just play.
Go ahead, Zach.
NBA player, if you want them to listen to you, got to tell them the truth. So I tell them, they know there's little room for error. I also tell them the facts. I mean, our problems aren't their effort, their work, how much they want to win. Our problem, we're under-talented. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with telling them that. And that they do have to play well, and we have no room for error, and we can't make mistakes. And so we do, when we practice, we do have to have great reps, and there's got to be great carryover to the game. And to me, that's the way you do it. I can't do it any other way. Everybody has a different way to do it. To me, if you want an NBA player to listen to you, there's two things. One, you have to be able to help them win and get better, okay? They have confidence I can do that. Not that I'm smart. I just worked for great coaches, and I learned a lot. So I do know what it takes to win in the league. And two, you can't lie to them. You can't lie to them. We can win Friday. We'll have to play great, and maybe they're not quite at their best. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way this league works. But the only way you give yourself a chance is if you're prepared. And if we come in and we have a good day tomorrow, and we have a good shoot around on Friday, otherwise we're not going to. Listen, right now, if we're not pretty good, we're not beating anybody. We're not beating anybody. That's just where we're at. And that we can't control. What we can control is how hard we work and what our attitude and approach is like every game.
We can't control if we can beat anybody. Terry, he's the head coach. Y'all ain't no good.
He's not Dan Campbell. I can tell you that right now.
He didn't say they stunk. He said y'all ain't as good as them. That's the nicest way.
He said we're not talented.
We're only 2 times better than the last 2 teams.
Well, when you got LaMelo Ball never plays, Gordon Hayward never plays. I mean, I kind of understand his frustration. His stars don't play, and then you trade away Terry Rozier, right? I mean,
what did Terry Rozier come out and say? He flat out come out and said it.
I missed it.
Yeah, he come out and said, he said they're just not a team that wants to win.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
he said losing is acceptable in Charlotte. It's not acceptable here in Miami. And that's the difference when coming to work every day.
I mean, it's just one of those things where
2 franchises that came out at the same time.
What Steve Clifford said nicely is like, look, we suck, and if we don't play perfect, and they, not only do we have to play perfect, they sort of have to suck for us to have a chance to win. So I mean, that's been Kevin. Kevin, that's been all over the news. That what he said there, and I just think he just had a.
When I say it for years, I'm a jerk.
Yeah,
but he says it finally.
I think he's
been Tom. He's been there twice.
He's telling management.
That's the second time he's been here.
Like we are no good. Period.
He's telling management, get me some better players
or fire me.
That's what he's saying. I mean, he's basically saying, get me some better players. I'll work with somebody who wants to win. But it's just like if these guys suck and they don't work, how am I supposed to win? I mean, I think that's what he's saying behind closed doors. And every time I listen, Hornets at blah blah blah, they'll be without Gordon Hayward. They'll be out with LaMelo Ball. They'll be out blah blah blah. It's just it's a comedy show. I mean, you don't have good players, and the ones you do don't play. So I mean, if I and I've been on LaMelo Ball, I know the young people like him, and I'm sorry. I'm going a little long, Zach, but
you're good.
I'm just saying, trade him and send him somewhere else and get somebody who wants to play in the city.
Miller's played good recently.
He has.
But now he's took him. I mean, he's a rookie. He's got to give him time.
Because I want to see this team play better.
At least make the playoffs.
I want to see this team play better. And, by the way, Anna and Jacob had a good time the other night, Kevin. Appreciate you thinking about them. It was all over their snap garbage. And I didn't know. I was like, what the? How are they at the Hornets game? Oh, Kevin sent us tickets. I'm like, Kevin didn't send me tickets. Sent you tickets.
He didn't want you to go.
I work for Kevin, and you get the tickets.
Oh, my God.
I was like, whatever.
It was middle of 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
Tom was driving around.
Yeah, they're like there. It's just like, oh yeah, Kevin sent me tickets, and they had a good. Of course, they lost.
Well,
but
that's normal.
So look, this is their depth chart. LaMelo Ball out. His back half is whoever Ish Smith is, and Nick Smith Jr. is. They could probably be the same person for all I know. Why was there a Martin brother in our starting lineup still? Why is there a Martin brother on our team?
Cody Martin does play hard.
Well, that's Terry.
That's what
you just say what Steve
the coach said.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Plays hard. He's
just not good.
He plays hard, but he sucks.
This is the rest of our starting lineups. Brandon Miller, who may have been helpful in a shooting, rookie. He's okay. He's playing well. I like his game. I'm glad he's the first guy they've picked in years who could beat someone else one-on-one.
I think he's going to wind up being a decent player.
He's the first one they've picked in years who could beat another person one-on-one.
He's going to wind up being not a
LaMelo,
superstar, but maybe a star.
In a one-on-one game.
I agree.
And then our power forward, who's really a small forward, is a woman beater who they're trying to get traded to Phoenix right now. Is the talk is?
Yeah.
We need. It would be nice to see Miles Bridges gone. I don't know why anybody else would want him.
I know.
Can Bryce Young play the one for us?
He's Bridges is a.
Where's Gordon Hayward? Is he on the list?
He's on the injured reserve.
Yeah, they don't even put him in that start.
I guess if he's not on the
best player on this
the depth
team.
chart. PJ Washington was the top. Remember, we drafted him in the lottery.
Yeah, besides Brandon
he's on
Miller,
the trading block too.
PJ Washington.
He's actually scored a little bit of points. He scores.
He can't. Yeah, he's on the trading block.
But you can't they try to. I remember I went and watched him play Philly, and they tried to have him guard Embiid.
This
and
is
he got
stupid.
dunked on. I was like,
what you just showed was kind of crazy.
What?
Scan back down. Our leading scorer is Terry Rozier. He's
not,
not even there.
He's not with the team.
Yeah, they should just take that off there, but that's ESPN.
They don't even.
Miles
They don't
Bridges
even
top
keep it
update our
updated.
stuff.
20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. That's why somebody wants him.
One of the funniest things.
There's Hornets fans that still want to keep him.
Who?
Bridges.
Oh,
All over the Twitter.
gosh.
One of the funniest things is
Awful.
our estranged employee. We went to a game one time, and Terry Rozier's bigger than what you think he is. You know, he walked by, and I was like, man, dude's pretty big. And our estranged employee said, hey, nice game, Terry. And the funniest thing ever, because he kind of looked at him and just kept on walking. It's like, remember when Borrego asked him, who are you?
Yeah.
That's the kind of statement that set MJ off when what's his name from Washington's like, nice game, Mike.
Oh, God,
And neither one of them's with their employer anymore.
Because I would when I did those, you know, Chip, I didn't want to act like I knew the guys.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Porzingis walked by me one time. I was like, that's one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen in my life. But I wouldn't go, what's up, Terry? How's it going, man?
What's up, Chris Stapps?
What's up, Chris Stapps? I mean, you just don't.
The Jazz and the Pistons and Phoenix are the teams that have contacted Charlotte about Miles Bridges.
Get whatever you can.
I would.
for him. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Free up the salary space.
Yeah, but you're not going to get nothing. You're going to get like a third round, fourth round
Terry,
pick.
what did I
They
say?
only got 2 rounds, Terry.
Well, I don't care. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what you're going to get.
Terry, when you probably don't do this because you probably hoard everything. But when you take your stuff to Goodwill, do you say, "What can I get for this"? No.
Here's
you say, "Get rid of it. I don't."
No,
want
they
it.
don't. They say, "Do you need a ticket?" I say, "Yeah, give me the ticket."
Give me the receipt.
Which you can't use anymore because there's no deduction for it anymore. But I just saying. I mean, when you haul off your garbage, you don't say, "Hey, what can I get for this?" No, you just throw your garbage.
Do y'all
away
have something I
and
can
start
take
over.
back?
Phoenix is here's the rumored deal: Nasir Little, Jordan Goodwin, and 3 second-round picks for Miles Bridges.
Why do you
and
want
it said Nick Richards, our starting center. So we're giving away our center team.
Why do you want second-round picks?
I don't know.
You're like
You're not getting nobody with that.
You don't do nothing. If my advice is pick Europeans in the second round.
Leave them over there, let them play, and hopefully they pan
You
out.
have to rise for a couple years.
It was so. You know, when you showed that little clip of that old basketball, the best thing was there's like 3 or 4 sequences, and it didn't like no walks, no travels because they know how to dribble the basketball, they know how to pass, they don't. You know, they don't foul.
Fundamentally sound.
I mean, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I can't watch what they do today.
It's just I try to watch some of it, and like I like to watch the end, but at the end there's like so many just fouls.
20 years ago when they started AAU basketball, it has morphed into the NBA.
It's terrible. I mean, and it's funny as how people think they're good and they're not. I mean, you don't have fundamentals.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, you get somebody in there that's got good fundamentals. Jokic, perfect example, slow and destroys everybody.
That's why you watch a high school game, and Terry, I know you see a lot of them, but all it is, foul, walk, foul, double dribble. I mean, it's like I watched the basketball games. The team that we played, literally, their first 4 possessions were turnovers. Their first 4 possessions were turnovers.
Tom, I don't think you really understand.
What?
When you do a basketball game and the final score is 47-12, and the team that lost is blaming the rest because they lost.
No, I've seen it. I mean, it's just and that's what it's turned into, this culture of I don't work on fundamentals. I sit around and drink Pepsis and eat potato chips and try to go out and play sports, and I don't practice. I just sit around, play with my phone, and then it's the rest's fault that I lost.
Yeah.
So
it's hilarious. I mean, it's just stupid.
So like these things that like I said, this online stuff that these people younger than 35 that post these tweets. Thank you, Terry Rozier, 5th in franchise history in points, 10th in assists, 10th in steals, 3rd in 3 points made. Franchise legend. Is Terry Rozier a franchise legend?
No, he's a good player. Not
Yeah, he was a good player for them.
It's what we consider
legend?
One of the best that they've had.
We consider
but not,
one of our. He's a star, but not a superstar.
He didn't even start half the games he was on the team.
well,
B
most of
minus.
it is
B
hurt.
minus
He come off
player.
the
He's a
bench.
B minus player on Hornets team.
He would come off the bench half the time. Sorry, why didn't we just hear Chip right there? I don't think.
Sorry, my
Chip
fault.
was
My
not
fault. He's no Muggsy. He's no LJ. He's no Zoe.
I was going to say Alonzo Mourning or somebody like that. It's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
He only played
Muggsy,
He only played 3
Kurt
years.
Rambis is a legend. Kelly Tripucka is a legend. Earl Curitan is a legend.
I remember when they stopped the game when Armand Gilliam got his 10,000 points. I think me and Kevin was there.
Armand Gilliam's
Rex Chapman.
Armand Gilliam's haircut is a legend, and Rex Chapman's thievery is a legend.
You know why I know all those? Because it used to be on local TV. You'd go home, it's the Tuesday
It
night,
was on.
and the Hornets were on.
I went to bed.
Listen, kids don't. Growing up, we could watch the Hornets every game. I could watch every Michael Jordan
Right.
game on
Yep.
WGN.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
sure could.
And when I went to
Every
bed-
Chicago Cubs.
And-
what-
and
yeah.
I watch Cardinals all the time. I
Yeah.
got 30
Now
Cardinals
what you
games.
got to have the 18 streaming services and pay this money and all that.
So
When I was a kid, you can go watch Kelly Tripucka. I mean, they sucked, but you could watch him
Yeah.
every night, and you knew the team.
all right,
You know,
all right. I'm gonna set up the scenario for Terry. See what he thinks about this. 3-point contest. A man versus a woman. What are the rules?
What are
In
the
what?
rules?
3-point contest.
oh,
What are the rules?
use a girl's ball.
That's what I'm asking.
Use a girl's ball.
No, I think the guy uses the guy's ball and the girl uses the
So that's
girl's
the way I
ball.
look at it.
Which
Well,
line do they
that-
shoot from?
Tom's gonna be thinking like I am. Why not, Tom?
I'm just saying, if it's a competition, it
Mhm.
needs to be the same.
That's the first part. My second part is that a men's ball is not only heavier, it's larger. So
It
it,
is.
has
Don't
a
go through the hoop
less
as the-
it has a less chance of going in the basket, correct?
Right.
Correct. Well, no matter what, the reason you men use bigger basketballs, they have bigger hands and they're stronger. But a men's basketball is also wider. So a girl's basketball has a better chance of going in. So if I'm shooting with a men's basketball, I want my opponent to be shooting with the same basketball in the same hoop. Unless they're going to make her hoop smaller. She can shoot her girl's ball. Can we make the hoop 3
Or
inches smaller?
Either they both shoot with men's.
You
or they
understand my
both shoot-
point?
Yeah, I do. And the line is the same as well. Whatever line.
But
I
they're-
would use the high school line. Just use the
So
high
the
school.
question is the ball. So coming up, you've guys got you're on it. The question is the ball. Coming up in the All-Star game, Steph Curry is going to have a 3-point contest versus the WNBA Liberty Sabrina Ionescu. And my question was, will she be using a men's ball? And they actually answered it and said, no, she'll be using the women's ball against.
And it should.
And
I agree with Terry on it.
What comment?
I just
I mean,
think,
that's what she
but I
shoots with.
even if I'm used to using the
Okay.
big ball, Curry might not want the smaller ball.
But my question is, if I'm playing golf, does the girl get a smaller golf ball to putt with?
Or which tee is she teeing off from?
Well, that's the weight of the ball is the tee thing, right? But going in the hole, I'm talking about the circumference of the goal. You have a clear advantage. Going from the tee and shooting the lighter ball, I get that's the weight advantage. But going in the hole in a clear setup advantage, the lady golfers, they'd get to tee off on the red tee and get to use the lighter ball. But when we're on the green putting, your ball's not smaller than my ball, so it goes in better. Like, she has a much better chance of winning just based on the size of the ball, correct? The mathematicians out there will agree with me. I know they will.
I'm not against it.
The
I think
physics.
she shoots with her ball. He shoots with his. I mean, everybody's seen Curry shoot.
I don't mind her.
His hardly ever hits the rim
Okay,
anytime.
I will agree to her shooting with her ball if you'll agree to reduce the size of the rim.
No, you can't do that.
Well, then she gets a bigger hoop than.
I mean, she's
that's
shooting from the
basic.
same rim that he shoots from.
No, she's shooting at a bigger rim than he's shooting from because he's using a smaller ball.
Well, the ball size ain't got anything to do with it. That's the only difference it is. The rim that they shoot at is the same.
What are you talking about, Terry?
I don't know.
You're
My
talking
size
about the
definitely-
ball. That's what
Terry,
you're talking about.
Terry, if the ball is smaller, she has an advantage. It's not
that's-
rocket science. It's not rocket science.
It's
Terry.
not hard to figure out.
It's not. So why don't you figure it out?
No, that's not hard to figure out.
It's just like,
I don't think it's her right to have to go play.
Are you talking to me or talking to yourself?
With his ball in a game that she don't play that.
I think she should have a smaller rim. Push a rim out there, fill it up with water, have it stand in the corner.
Just have Steph shoot with the girls' ball.
Yeah.
That's going to give her an advantage anyway because he's used to the guy's ball. It's going to give her an advantage.
Well, that's why I said I didn't want him to do it because I think he would be used to his
it'd
other
mess
ball.
him
That's
up.
just my
I think
opinion.
it messed him up.
Who cares?
Guys,
if
when I play,
they're washed up anyway. He's washed up anyway. So what's it matter?
Bring him to the Hornets.
Seriously, what's it matter?
Yeah, he only scored like 40 last night or something.
I mean, his team's washed up, I should say. So what's it matter? I mean, he's about
the basketball goal is 18 inches. Men's basketball size versus women's.
There's no big deal here.
Yes, it is.
There's not.
I mean, I just hope the woman wins so the women can celebrate it and we can just say, yeah, okay, we're good. And that way, what's Steph Curry going to win if he beats the girl?
Nothing.
So you beat a girl. Seriously.
They're cheating using a smaller ball.
Seriously. I mean, it's like, okay.
They're trying to get.
You beat a girl, Steph. Way to go.
They're trying to get viewership.
I would not. Like, I would just.
I wouldn't touch it with 10-foot pole.
I wouldn't do it. I'm like, no, because if I lose, they're going to say, man, what's wrong with you?
She's playing with house money.
Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, it's kind of. The whole thing is dumb. I mean, you know. We do a lot. We do a lot of dumb things in sport. I mean, this is just. I mean, I know. I know what they're trying to do. Oh, this is new. This is new, Tom. This was like having the Bush Clash at the L.A. Coliseum, but it's not. It's not really. You know what I mean?
I just think it's unfair to Steph that she's using a smaller ball. And
I will say this. I'll say this for Danica Patrick. When Danica Patrick raced in NASCAR, did she say everybody else's car's got to go slower? Or she got in the car with the guys, right? I'm right in there. I'm gonna mix it up with the guys. You know.
She didn't get bigger or taller tires.
Right, she didn't get any kind of advantage. So, way to go, Danica.
So then you should leave this like it is. She shoots with her ball, he shoots with his, and we just go out and see who gets it. I mean, no big deal.
Terry, what's in that Mountain Dew?
Well, I mean, it's no big deal here.
Yeah. I mean, I agree it's no big deal because nobody really cares. But
that's probably the truth.
If it's going to be an equal competition, equal distance, equal ball, height of the goal, everything's the same. Like, if you're going to race me, Terry, I'm not going to say, well, you get 5 yards ahead of me, and then if you win, you win. It's like, no, you had a 5-yard head start. I mean, that's cheating. I mean, it's okay with Jim Harbaugh, but, it's like other people, it's not. I mean, it's supposed to be an equal playing field.
It's like going out on a golf course and the guy shooting from his tee and the girl shooting from her tee. That is up.
No. You
it's
didn't hear
equal.
What I said, Terry, we just talked about that.
It's equal.
No.
It's not an equal competition.
No, it's not. Yeah.
That is equal.
No, it's not. Because Terry, I will tell you right now.
Then why don't they let the women play? Then why don't the women play on the PGA Tour with the up tees if that's what's equal?
Yeah, that's right. When Annika played qualified for the tour, Michelle Wheat, they had to play from the same tees.
You got to play the same tees.
Yeah.
Terry, what I'm saying is that the tees is the same thing as the weight of the ball. Okay? I'm arguing that when they get on the green, she shouldn't have a smaller ball than I do.
That's not going to happen. She's going to be shooting from the same balls that you shooting from.
All right, Terry.
I mean, I don't understand where y'all going with this. It makes no sense.
Terry, there's a circle.
Yeah,
right,
I'm with every bit of that.
Two men's basketballs, if you set them in there, are supposed to barely fit through the circle, correct? Yeah. If you put two women's basketballs up there, they fit in very easily.
Okay.
So we're saying that she's throwing her smaller ball into a bigger hoop than Steph's throwing in his hoop. He has a smaller hoop compared to his ball than she does. It's not the same. His ball is
the same.
His ball is 9.5 inches. Hers is 9 inches wide.
It's not an equal contest. We're trying to make it equitable, and it's not an equal contest.
Not equal. All right, NBA finals. Boston's still in first. Milwaukee second. Knicks third. Cleveland's in fourth. Tom. Philadelphia and flopping Embiid is fifth.
Was in third now.
Knicks have been on a super hot streak.
Nowhere near third place.
Knicks have had a hot streak.
Yeah.
They won like 9 of their last
your losses
10.
Better. And
since that trade, they got rid of R.J. Barrett and got in the.
Yeah. Stephen A's campaigning for him to trade for LeBron.
Okay, we passed Philip, but New York passed us. Okay, yeah. See, we passed Philadelphia, but New York passed us because they won 9 in a row.
God, the East is garbage. The East is just as much garbage as the NFC was.
Brunson's been averaging like 32 points a game
Best team
since a trade.
in this NBA right now is Boston, and everybody knows it.
It's Boston and Milwaukee in the East, and everybody
Is that why
else
they
is
got
garbage.
beat by the Lakers at home?
That
They're all
didn't mean
garbage.
nothing. Didn't mean nothing.
How do you feel if you was the Milwaukee coach and you got fired after you had a winning season and they took Doc Rivers?
Yeah, how about that?
What the crap?
Good job. Didn't he
And he's lost it. I think he's lost his first 2 games as head coach, hadn't he, Zach?
And then Embiid went down. How'd that work out for him?
Like the things I wonder is like with Deion, having mostly the same players and Doc coming in with most of the same players. What play is he supposed to come in and draw up that's going to make them that much better?
They said it would take
it's the same
him.
people.
Do you know what they said?
The
they
question,
said the other day it would take him 20 to 25 games to get this figured out how he wants his run.
The question that I read about the former coach, I can't remember his name, was his defensive philosophy. He had changed up how that, and part of it was with who was their guy that they traded. Was it Middleton, Chris Middleton, or I forget who the Bucks traded over during the offseason. But he was like their key
defensive guy is Drew Holiday in Boston.
Yes. And so he was their key defensive cog last year, and they were having to try to restructure the defense. And Giannis did not like the direction the coach was, or he did not like his philosophy.
Because they couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah.
That's how basic it was.
Maybe he should get his 7-foot butt in the lane and stop somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Damian Lillard should maybe guard somebody.
That too. But as far as offensive-wise, figuring out, how hard is it to draw pick and roll with Lillard and Giannis?
Should be very easy.
Offensively, was not their issue.
That's Stockton and Malone plus a little bit better, isn't it?
They can score, but they can't stop a soul.
Like, giving up 111 a game is the most in top 4 there in the East. The Pacers giving up 122 there in 6th. Hornets, that's worse than the Hornets. Hornets scoring 108, giving up 120 a game.
The Bucks giving up 119-9.
But the Hornets beat Oklahoma and Minnesota, the number 1 teams in the West.
We do that every year. We beat somebody we shouldn't beat. We can't beat nobody else. Can't beat
third,
Detroit.
Nuggets 4th, Sacramento 5th, Suns 6th, Pelicans, Mavericks, the midseason champion Lakers are in 9th, and Jazz 10th. I got a highlight of the midseason Laker champions here. And remember, they've already posted champagne this year.
This is so
Pop
dumb,
didn't they? They just had a
really proud for him.
Terry, how do you fire the coach that won that and you pop champagne on his head, and then they're blaming him for them not playing well? Why is it always the coach's fault, never LeBron's fault?
Because he's LeBron, man.
Here's LeBron getting hurt.
Just tapped him.
Oh,
he killed me.
Oh, help me!
He got tapped in the face. He's gonna lay there for 30 minutes.
He's still laying down.
It looked like the court storming the other day.
What's he still laying there for?
Look, he just barely tapped him in the head. Look, it wasn't even hard.
What he did was Mr. Miyagi showing Danielson what he's going to do to him.
Hey,
wait a minute. In rehearsal.
That looks.
That's how hard he hit him.
That makes Caitlin Clark look like she was assaulted.
That's what I was going to say. Who's the better flopper this week, Terry? Caitlin or LeBron?
Well,
it's hard to watch.
It is hard to watch it, and that's your face of the NBA. Like, good job. You're just gonna have all of our kids falling out on the high school floors now.
Not only is he the face act, that is the greatest athlete, basketball player that you've ever seen in your life. Give him respect he deserves.
On now. I mean, he ain't got to take nothing away from him.
Good gosh, if he would have came
down.
For
his age, he can still play.
Hey, if he would have went down the
it takes a lot of athletic ability to get down to the ground that quick. You're right, Terry.
If he would have went down the lane against the 88 Pistons, he'd have been dead in that one.
Yeah.
Terry, if his whole
Lambeer would have took him out.
Lambeer would have amputated his arm.
He wouldn't have had to fake it.
If this whole career, he never said himself, I am the greatest basketball player ever for winning a championship in Cleveland. I am the greatest basketball player ever for having the most points.
Well,
I am.
He did.
Who are you trying to convince, LeBron?
Without me, I brought y'all what y'all wanted.
Would he? What I'm saying is that more people would like him.
Yeah.
But
people that would give him credit be like, if they would just accept, like the Kobe fans are like, and that's the thing about the people that actually saw Jordan play, and they're like, it's almost disrespect. At the first when they start bringing it up, it's disrespectful to even have the conversation.
Yeah.
Y'all should be happy that we're even listening to y'all even say it. Nobody said it's just the way he does it and saying I am this, and then you get touched like that and flop like that.
I agree with what happened.
If he flopped like that, if that was I don't know, Kawhi Leonard, would we even show it on the show? If Kawhi flopped like that?
No.
Because Kawhi don't say I'm the greatest thing that's ever walked on the earth. Y'all all worship me. I'm gonna steal his number. Hey, he's number 23. I'm gonna wear his number.
Well, he probably got so tired of hearing Michael's name thrown at him over and over and over. Now
he brought it on himself.
He did, but I will say, for his age and what he can do, he's done great. For his whole mentality of playing basketball, he's done great.
His ability, his longevity, and his athletic ability is impressive, Terry. There's no doubt about it.
So
he
is
ain't
Frank
the
Gore's.
he ain't
He's
the greatest.
not the best.
He's not the greatest.
No, I'm the first one, and I'm not a Michael Jordan fan because he is average in college and the greatest NBA player I've ever seen. But there's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Terry,
You
just
cannot.
because you misspoke one day doesn't mean you keep having to remind us you said something so dumb.
I have to continue to say that, Tom.
He was
because
NCAA Player of the Year. Terry.
Okay, congratulations. He was not the best college basketball player of all
but
time.
he wasn't average, Terry.
He was average.
Terry wasn't
No,
average.
no, there's.
Okay, I mean, I can understand not the best. We can have that discussion.
That's fine.
Average, Terry. Average. Charles Shackelford was average. Okay, not Michael Jordan. Chris Corchiani was average, not Michael Jordan. Get it straight, Terry. Jeez. And he's silent.
Does Terry know what the word average means?
No, he doesn't.
National Player of the Year is not average.
Yeah.
You can't call Michael Jordan an average player in any context.
We're gonna get to
baseball. Right? You can call him an average baseball.
We're gonna get to the point that Terry's like he was a star basketball player that one year he was Player of the Year. That doesn't make him a star. We're gonna get that argument going now.
I'm not gonna say a word because all I know is when it come down to a 1983 national championship, Cozell McQueen was better than Akeem.
What's that got to do with Michael?
That's what I'm saying. That's what y'all want to say. Like Cozell McQueen was one of the greatest centers of all time in college because he beat Akeem Olajuwon. But then Michael Jordan, oh, that's right. State went through them too. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
Not in 82.
Yeah.
Not in 82.
83 we did.
Okay, 1 year you did, but don't just because State won a national championship does not make Michael Jordan average.
Cozell McQueen had 4 points and 12 rebounds. Akeem Olajuwon had 20 points and 18 rebounds.
But Cozell McQueen got that ring on his hand.
Oh my God!
What y'all did was shut down Clyde Drexler.
Got that ring on his hand.
So go ahead and say it out loud. McQueen is.
Giannis's brother's going to get a ring too, but we seen him throwing shots off the backboard.
On that day, Cozell McQueen was better.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Giannis's brother's going to get him a ring too if they win it. He's throwing shots off the backboard and falling off court.
5 slammer jammer. We had more slams than they did.
Oh man,
y'all had Drexler to 2 points.
Drexler was the problem in that game.
You held Drexler to 2 points, and Terry, you remember all
He
the
has no
stats
excuse
I told
for
you
that.
ago? My team lost by 1. Yeah, Drexler held to 4 points, and y'all won by 1. How about that?
Yeah,
whatever it takes.
That was Drexler's problem.
that is amazing. That
to hold him to 4.
That was so amazing that he was. That's like.
Well, he got in foul trouble.
College.
He did.
No,
he was out very quick. He was out
coach
quick.
Got him in trouble because he left him in there when he had 3 and he picked up number 4 in the first half.
Go back and watch that. I watched it on YouTube. I never, I was too young to saw it live, but I watched it on YouTube. It's interesting.
Let me say one thing funny before you get this. I was watching the game. Billy James over at Bessemer City was coaching, I think, the JV team, and he had a guy with 4 fouls in the first half. And even I said, Coach James, he's got 4. And he looked at me and said, I want to see if he can foul out in the first half.
Don't feel bad. I had to do that one time. Say, Coach, that's the 4th one. I mean, you might as well just leave her in.
He looked at me as serious as he had. I want to see if he can foul out in the first half.
100%. I've got a player on my team this year.
Oh man!
I tell him he can play until he fouls out.
That's it.
Because he don't stop fouling, and he runs at 100%. And I'm like, I can't just take you in and out based on your fouls when you go in. So I told him, I was like, you can stay in until you're foul.
Yeah, might as well use them up while you only been on the court so long.
You know what Dick Vitale once upon a time said?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said that.
Dick Vitale said nobody should foul out after your 5th foul. If you foul again, the other team gets 2 shots and the ball.
That's whatever. That's another rule. Any rule would be good and better than fouling out. Good or better than fouling out. This is don't forget we talk about LeBron's longevity. This is what Chael Sonnen had to say about it, Zach.
Mm-hmm. His answer was like, if the world understood what LeBron did, like other basketball players will hear what LeBron does and go, well yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? It's like a baseball player and you're hitting a stick out of the way. It doesn't matter. It's like, no. If you knew what these performance enhancers did, then you would know why it does matter.
What do you think he's
there's
doing?
only one. We have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing. But there's only one golfer.
Please tell.
There's only one golfer. I'm not going to. But there's only one golfer that follows the big three. And the big three is EPO, growth hormone, testosterone. That's the Lance Armstrong diet. There's one golfer, but it's Tiger Woods. Like, yes, it does matter. People will say it all the time, it doesn't matter. John Daly won it. It's like, it matters. Trust me that it matters. EPO matters. It's the reason LeBron takes it. It matters. And if other basketballers understood what it did, EPO increases your red blood cells, which gives you endurance so you can play all game long. You can shoot in the fourth quarter just like you shot in the fourth minute.
More red blood cells, more oxygen in your red blood cells. Okay, got you.
It's the king of performance enhancers.
So you would prefer that, especially in a fight sport, to anything else?
EPO is king.
Because it's going to give you the stamina.
Yes.
That's why cyclists do it.
That's why cyclists
Tour de France is.
So that fifth round energy is
the
more
human
important.
body is not made to do the Tour de France. I mean, the people that set that up are inhumane. So of course you have to go. Of course it's supernatural people that they're forcing them to take.
Now that you're not competing, are you still on?
Yeah. So testosterone. It is.
So that's former MMA champion fighter Chael Sonnen talking about him and LeBron having the same drug guy. And this is what, I've tried to talk to a couple people the past few weeks about is that you can't tell me that they're not all doing something. And I even bring up the creatine thing, Terry. I Google searched the other day after the show, what's the number one supplement for building muscle mass? And I said creatine, but that's as legal as can be.
Yeah.
And the stuff with the EPO stuff, the blood doping and stuff, what he's talking about. And don't forget, LeBron goes to Germany every summer and spends $1 million, secretly $1 million on his health. And he comes back ready to play in the season. So I just, you can't convince me that that he's not that in the NBA. I bet the NBA knows about it or even behind it. Why wouldn't the NBA be behind it, Terry? When Jordan's gone, Kobe's got a rape case. We have to have a face of the NBA. Yeah. We have no Jordan. Kobe's been charged with rape. What are we going to do? This skinny little kid's pretty good. We got to make sure he's really, really good for a long time. And then when he was good, keep him up. I can't look at these guys with all these 40 years old and bulging veins coming out and playing 40 minutes. And
Jordan's off season. He was going down to Vegas and smoking cigars and
McGuire's standing there hitting baseballs, not running up down the court 40 nights, and he couldn't stay on the baseball field because it was steroids. And LeBron runs up down the court. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. We got NASCAR, NFL more, KDCBroadcasting.com.
This Saturday, February 3rd, at the Gaston County School Showcase and Parent Fair. It's happening from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Stuart W. Kramer High School. We will be broadcasting live on Carolina Country WCSL at the showcase starting at 10 a.m. We'll have prize giveaways. An extra-large Marge Pink Cadillac will be there, too. The showcase is an opportunity for parents to find out what the schools in Gaston County have to offer. Parents can learn about magnet schools and academy programs, talk with school representatives, attend information sessions, and enjoy student performances. The event is free, so be sure to stop by anytime from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. For more information about the showcase and a complete schedule of activities, it's available on the Gaston County Schools website. Discover a bright future for your child at the Gaston County School Showcase and Parent Fair. We'll see you there this Saturday for a live broadcast from Stuart W. Kramer High School, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Y'all come. It'll be fun. If you are new to Medicare or would like to learn more about your Medicare options, here's some good news. Contact Ty Penhall at 704-489-6970. You have many choices when it comes to healthcare options. Let's face it, it's very confusing with all the nonstop commercials about healthcare. With over 20 years of healthcare experience, he can help you find the right plan for your healthcare needs. If you would like to attend a no-obligation healthcare event, please call Ty at 704-489-6970 to reserve your seat now. Again, that's 704-489-6970.
At Coyote, we're going to treat you like dirt because we hold dirt in the highest regard. We're honored to find it under our fingernails, lucky to be caked in it at day's end. It keeps us humble, honest. Dirt gets taken for granted by most, but if you know us, you know getting treated like dirt means getting treated with respect. Coyote, we dig dirt.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 intersection west in Vale. Even Grandma would be jealous of the Grill Snack Bar inside Medical Center Pharmacy in Gastonia. It's an old-timey drugstore grill, kind of like Sutton's in Chapel Hill for Utario fans. It's where many items are homemade, including fresh chicken salad and pimento cheese. Get the hottest pinto beans in Gaston County with homemade cornbread, just like Grandma used to make. Plus all kinds of sandwiches, plates, salads, desserts, and daily specials. You got to try it. The Grill Snack Bar, inside Medical Center Pharmacy, 515 Cox Road in Gastonia. The Grill Snack Bar is open 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday. Yes, they're hard to find. We're talking about top-loading washers and dryers. Well, guess what? Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby has just received a truckload of over 30 pair of top-load washers and dryers. Sale priced at $449 each, and that includes a full factory warranty. Just $449 for a top-load washer or dryer. But hurry, they won't last long. See Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Marion Street in Shelby, on the right going down, on the left coming up.
Are you new to the area, or maybe you're just having problems locating those hard-to-find streets? Universal Advertising Associates has published a quality street guide for our area, and they're now available free of charge at these business locations. Bulldog Quick Snack, Sizzleman Son Paint and Body Shop, Campus Pizza, Thelma Lou's Barbecue and Grill, Scooter's Saloon, Hackner Home, The Depot Cafe, TNH Equipment, Burger Barn, Wood Spring Sweets, and KTC Broadcasting. These maps will be available for a limited time only, so hurry into the business location near you.
And we're back. Sorry, that was my bad. I forgot to bring us back. But we are, and I think they're talking NASCAR.
No, we're not going to get to talk NASCAR this week. We're on a time crunch. We'll be on it next week. We'll review the Busch. The Busch Clash is tomorrow on WCSL KDC Broadcasting at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Next week, we'll have some news on what's coming up in the season, getting ready for, of course, the Daytona 500 here in a couple of weeks. Jimmy Johnson news. We'll have go over that. Hall of Fame. He's got races to announce. Interview with Richard Petty here, and then I will pull this up, Terry. His main car color is the Petty blue this year. So he is honoring Richard Petty with his main paint scheme this year in his races as with the Petty blue. So 84 out there on the Carvana for that. All right, I'm gonna go through a couple of quick NFL stuff. Did you guys see Deion Sanders news this week?
Did not.
His 3 sons, with their NIL money, bought Deion a mansion. Is that not the wildest thing that I could have... What if I'd have told y'all that in the 90s? That Deion Sanders, poor Deion, in 25 years, his kids who are going to college with their name, image, likeness money will buy him a mansion in Colorado.
His health is not good, though. Deion's health is not good.
No.
So, I mean, they might have just done that because of his health issues.
What health issue besides his toe getting cut off?
I thought it was more serious than that. I thought it was pretty bad that he might not be able to walk or something like that.
Well, it's bad. Yeah, he's good with his feet.
Yeah.
Every time the 49ers have won the NFC Championship game versus the team that has blue in their logo, they've won the Super Bowl. And every time they've beat a team without it, they've lost. So San Francisco, you just beat Detroit.
Who does this? I mean, who really? Kevin, that's something you would do. You laugh, but that is something you would sit around and do. That's the craziest thing ever.
In the AFC Championship game, and Chip, this is where you need to pay attention a little bit there, sir. Not only do you got to worry about your running quarterbacks, you got to worry about what the offensive coordinators might do. Lamar Jackson, 8 carries. The rest of the running backs, 8 carries.
Mm-hmm.
I lost a lot of respect for Zay Flowers. Did you see what he did?
He lost a part of his hand too while he did.
He gets the penalty. Then he stands over. He taunts a guy. Then he fumbles. Then he goes to the sideline and smacks his hand and busts his hand open. What an idiot. But you know what? He fits Baltimore. You're great for Harbaugh. You're great for him. You fit in real well.
The entire game, the Ravens only ran 3 early down running back runs.
That's over focusing on your running quarterback right there.
You know what happens though in a big game? His pocket presence just vanishes.
In the second,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Gets happy feet. You think?
In the second half,
no, he holds the ball too long.
Oh well, no, he did do that. His progression took way too long.
Right.
In the second half, Kansas City punted 5 times and took a knee. Terry, we said that 10 years ago. Jason Garrett could have made it to the NFC Championship game if he'd have done that right there.
Yep.
And Andy Reid just did my dream scenario. When you're up, you got 5 punts and a knee, and you win.
Mm-hmm.
If your defense is playing well.
If your defense is not terrible.
And that Kansas City defense is better than
They are peaking at the right time. Their receivers they're peak. They figured out which receivers they can put on the field and trust. Some of their receivers have upped their game, and their defense, which has carried them for much of the season, is continuing to do so, and they are playing very good all-around football.
All right, y'all know which one of these is Chase Young? I'm pointing him out right here with the long hair. Watch him on this play. This is just how good San Francisco's defense is. Is that Chase Young can just jog, stick a hand out, let the guy score. Tell you what I just watched.
It's a great trade for him.
This right here.
No, I'm good. He reached for him, Kevin.
Yeah,
Look right there.
Him. He thought he had a flag.
Two-hand tag, right?
What is that?
He thought it was Pro Bowl weekend. He thought he was going for the flag.
Holy Jiminy Crickets, Batman! If Julius Peppers had done that on the Carolina Panthers, they would have got rid of him so quick. That's about one of the worst ones I've ever seen. That's the ANFC Championship game. Just quit. Reached out, barely touched somebody. Ravens. Here's your talking about those plays and the offensive coordinator. Here's your carries by running backs through every game. 24, 21, 22, 21, 19, 24, 18, 18, 16, 15, 15, 30, 19, 25, 6.
Yep, that's it right there. You can't. A running quarterback doesn't mean you make him the running back.
Correct.
He should be a running quarterback. That I don't blame Lamar as much as I blame the OC on that.
Where does my squares go? Oh, there they are. All right, couple more before we get out of here. News and notes. Zach, did you see your head coach hit the button? Mm-mm. Chip, be quiet. The new head coach of the Carolina Panthers entering the building. And this is a high five. All right, Zach, you ready to keep pounding with Canellis?
We'll see.
He reminds me of that
5 wins.
That fake preacher on TV.
5 wins, Zach.
All right, finally, before we get out of here, quarterback Pro Bowl games. Dan Orlovsky, he's been retired. He wasn't that good in the NFL. Ran out of the back of the end zone one time. He walks out there in jeans, a button-up shirt, and a tie, and he proceeds to beat Tua and Jalen Hurts. Alabama quarterbacks, NFL's not for you guys. I mean, he said he did better than Tua and Jalen Hurts on this. I love this stuff, though. I've always wanted to do that right there. That'd be so much fun to do these. Throw the quarterback things. They never throw it in the 10 back there. All right. Next week, we'll have Super Bowl. We're going to talk Carolina and Duke, what will happen in that game. Tune in tonight here on KTC Broadcasting. Listen to the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils. We'll have Super Bowl here on KTC next week, so you want to listen to it, you can listen with us as well. Coming up, high school sports we got this week on KTC Broadcasting as well. Let me look at the schedule real quick before I get out of here. We're going to send it out here in just a minute. Gaston County Schools, Calvin and the gang. We got Pacers and Hornets tomorrow night.
NASCAR tomorrow, Lakers and Hornets Monday, Tar Heels and Clemson's Tuesday, Wednesday, Notre Dame and Duke, and Friday, Shelby at East Gaston, Cherville at Highland Tech. We'll see you guys next week, ktcbroadcasting.com.